a.m. Next time we'll ask the DG, maybe he wants us to schedule it for 9:15. No, no. No, I'm joking. Welcome. We have two apologies from two deputy ministers. Deputy Minister Dube Ngube is attending cabinet committee, and we have an apology of the Deputy Minister Kondwe, who is not around, is in Botswana. We have the apology of the minister who will leave around 12:30. And then from members, we only have one apology of Honorable Zondo, who's attending political program. It's probably by elections in Johannesburg, where he's going to lose if he's attending there. And then so those are the only apologies. We do have a hybrid arrangement today, so many of our members are online. They are going to participate from online. So this is our first portfolio committee meeting after the recess. We had a week-long strategic session last week. So today is our first official meeting. We want to welcome Honorable Christians from the Democratic Alliance, who's now deployed by her party, who's just close the mic there. Honorable Christians, who's deployed by her party to be a member of this committee. We no longer going to have two of our members. Honorable Maseko, who used to be our member, is now deployed elsewhere. And Honorable van der Walt is also deployed in another committee. Welcome, Pastor. Yes. Where I come from, they also call me Bishop, so so I must recognize my peers. So that is what we have now. Today we are meeting with College of Cape Town with an intention of getting a presentation on the few things that we had asked them to respond to. Minister, I think when we were at the strategic session, we did indicate to you that on a weekly, if not monthly basis, we are getting a lot of correspondence from the College of Cape Town, complaints, a lot of things. And from what we are receiving, if any of it is the truth, then we have a problem at that institution. And we asked you last week to pay attention to that institution, College of Cape Town. So what has happened is that on Friday, we did receive a presentation from the College of Cape Town. And after receiving that presentation yesterday, we received a letter from the lawyers who are saying they are representing deputy principals. And the letter literally distances itself from that presentation. They indicate that that is a presentation of the principal and not of the college leadership, which compounds what we were telling you, that there seems to be problems there. I'm sure if you have read the presentation itself, there are allegations and counter-allegations against each other as far as that is concerned, or those two letters are concerned. Then we had the unions. So what we did, we wrote to the college and indicated that they must inform all recognized unions that we are having this meeting, and they must meet and agree on a joint presentation. We did receive a presentation on Friday last week from the labor unions, and we then got a letter from PSA indicating that they were not invited. We then spoke to the principal to clarify that particular point. Why were they not invited? And the principal indicated that they were, just that they did not participate in the formulation of the presentation. And I don't know if they're here so that we can hear if that is correct. The second issue, Minister, is that we had NEHAW indicate to us that part of the presentation or the contribution for NEHAW was not a true reflection of what NEHAW submitted. And was contacted by the Provincial Secretary of NEHAW to indicate that they do have that particular problem, that the Secretary would have created his own presentation, and they sent us a presentation saying that that presentation comes from the chair of the branch, and we indicated to them that that's not how we don't do two presentations. We want a joint presentation from everybody. And I did say to them that I will allow them to clarify there so that we're on the same page when we engage with them. So we're going to give them. But I'm giving you this background, Minister, to indicate that there are problems there. There's governance challenges. If you look at the presentations themselves, the letters themselves, you can tell that there seems to exist two warring factions or groupings in that particular institution that is supposed to serve our people there. It looks like what is currently happening there is that the mandate that they're supposed to carry is now different, and would really, honestly speaking, we're not interested in factional battles in these institutions. These institutions are supposed to, especially on technical and vocational, they're supposed to produce big numbers that we're looking for in artisans, artisan development, in technical abilities of our students, so that is what we should be obsessed with. But what we are seeing from this presentation is something different, and it breaks our heart to look at the presentations that are happening or that are being brought before us from this institution, and were supposed to, do what with those things. A lot of challenges that I think even members, when they engage, you'll hear that we do have a number of problematic things. So I want to give the labor unions to clarify this matter that I've spoken about in 2 minutes. Let's clarify so that when we deal with presentation, we don't have a problem where we have everybody wanting to do their own presentations here. So we'll start with the provincial secretary of NEHAW, who had contacted us wanting to clarify this particular matter. So provincial secretary, if you can come in.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. My name is Bakol Semali, the Provincial Secretary of NEHAW in the Western Cape. Indeed, what you have indicated is true. There's just, we think it's a matter of inexperience that would have led to a situation that 2 different presentations would have been made. Because the Cape Town College cuts across 2 regions, being North and South, which have got different leadership. And when we have that situation, the provincial leadership becomes the one that then coordinate and ensure that the kind of presentation that is to be made covers all regions. And therefore, we had sanctioned one presentation which is going to be done by Comrade Dondashe, who is the chairperson of Cape Town College, because we needed to ensure that the presentation that is being made is not sanitized. It deeply deals with the real issues that are taking place there. So from our side as NEHAW, one presentation would be withdrawn, which was submitted by the secretary, and the one that we are apologizing for the confusion, the one that reflects the views of NEHAW, will be presented by Comrade Dondashe as submitted. Thank you very much, Chair.
No, thank you very much. We don't have a PSA and SATU. So those are the 3 principles that are recognized. NAPTOSA.
We have got SATU, we have got NEHAW.
Where is SATU?
NEHAW BEC branch sitting here. We have got SATU, I think, NAPTOSA. I saw them, they are coming there. Where is the chair of SATU? Secretary Chair. He's coming. So I think they are clocking in, they are coming. That is NAPTOSA is also here is represented.
Okay. So press the mic. Press the mic there.
Sorry. The report that, Chair, thank you. The report that I received, which I'm going to stream here, is a culmination of those 3 unions. That is NEHAW, NAPTOSA, and SATU, when they are represented here. Thank you.
Yeah, Principal. So the provincial chair, provincial, is that the provincial secretary? Who was speaking there? Okay. The provincial secretary of NEHAW was clarifying the position of NEHAW, that they have 2 regions. So you are refusing. So there's no, what is the College of Cape Town does not cut across 2 regions.
What I'm saying, Chair, as the principal of the College of Cape Town, after establishing the forum for the labor, organized labor, we have received communication as to who is appointed. And who is appointed is the people that we know. the constitution is clear about the BEC, which is the branch of the BEC, the branch executive committee, which I've been working with, which I know. So I'm not sure. I haven't met with the region. I've been working with the branch, and the branch is here. Even when I was requested to submit such, I submitted to the Honorable Parliament the people whom I'm working with. I've only seen these people today, and what they are saying to me is something that is very new. And I don't think there is any problem to have two branches. But if a BEC, the Constitution says there is one branch executive committee, there is one. I've never worked with the second one, so I don't know the second one that they are talking about. Thank you, Chair.
You had your hand up.
Yeah, thanks, Chair.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Siasanga Mihlamangia, the chairperson of Nehau branch at College of Cape Town, Chair. I wish to first clearly state that there is only one BEC at College of Cape Town. What the secretary is telling us today, we're only learning that today. And we have been in communication with them with regards to the issues that have been there. They've been communicating with us. Not even once they have said that we must have different BECs. So it is new what they are saying. Further to that, Chair, I must bring it in context that being alive to the invitation of Parliament, we then called a BEC meeting to get the mandate of the branch members, which is what informs the decision that we're here. The Secretary General, the Provincial Secretary, what is saying, it is important to note that not even once, but these are branch politics, they are not even once they've come to us to listen to our views and all of that, to all of a sudden now have a presentation representing workers at College of Cape Town. It is new and news to us, and we're wondering what kind of that. Further to that, to show that they were not even abreast with what is happening, there was a clear instruction to say that there must be one consolidated report of unions. And unions, because we have said in forums, we know who is who and all of that. We have said, and this is a true reflection of what is happening there. With regard to the PSA, Chair, we have reached out to the PSA. There are letters to show you to that effect, because the person that we knew, it was Wendy. We sent to Wendy that the report required by Parliament, and Wendy told us in writing, Ms. Valelo would produce if needed, that she is no longer a representative. They will then send to us. Then we said, okay, we're waiting. We told them that these are the meeting dates collectively as unions, so that we formulate a consolidated report. Only on Friday, when we have submitted, then by the person called Fisher, saying that is coming from PSA, then he wanted to know when are we meeting and all of that. We said, unfortunately, we had a cutoff, which is Friday. We have already submitted, because they are the one that delayed. They were abreast with what is going on, Chair. Just to touch on the issue of PSA. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This meeting should not be about the battles of Nehau. We'll apply our minds now on what are we going to do with your presentations. And check if you can give us those letters. We will reach out ourselves to PSA. If you can give us those contacts, because I don't think this meeting today, with the problems that we've seen from your presentations, is going to end today. It will not be the end of this meeting. If possible, we'll need to apply for a special day and go to College of Cape Town ourselves. Meet with you guys there. This is something that we might need to do. Honorable Sazana.
No, thanks, Chair.
You've covered me on that particular aspect to say we cannot then enter into the organizational engagements of NEHAW. But I want to speak to Chair the point of the one that you highlighted where we received a letter from the attorneys of certain officials of the institution, in particular deputy vice chancellors, which obviously form deputy principals that form part of the executive management, to say, perhaps Chair, I would request that you speak to that point on how we treat the presentation, because if the executive management distances itself from the presentation that comes from the college, then it's a matter of concern to say how do we treat it. Perhaps if you could just maybe spend some time in engaging on that particular aspect so that we're not then labeled as the portfolio committee for favoritism, where we've received a letter from a portion of executive management and we still entertaining a particular report that they've distanced themselves from. So maybe how do we navigate through that? Thank you very much, Chair.
No, thank you. Like I said, Minister, you can just tell here that we have a problem. And the meeting has not even started. But, so this is how we're going to approach this matter. Labor unions, we will not take your presentations here, and these are the reasons why. Number one, the consolidated report that you have given us has not included all unions. So PSA is not there. And there's a dispute on the contributions of NEHAW. So we'll pick the labor unions. We'll engage with you guys when we meet with you. That is the first one. The second issue is there are serious allegations, Minister. I don't know if they've sent you, I know you have seen this one, the presentation that will be done here. I don't know if you have seen the one of the lawyers. If you have not, we will send to your office. There, you've sent them. Yeah, we've sent to your office now. The reason why we're doing so is because the allegations there, or it's a counter allegations on the allegations there, which we believe are very serious. And we will engage this part of the presentation, but we'll also, when we meet with them, in a date that is soon to be established, we will hear everybody, we'll bring everybody, because Bana Mampi, physically, they even fight physically. So we now will go there. We don't mind watching people fighting physically. We're not going to stop them to fight if they want to fight, but they will have to go outside our meeting to do so. So we will go there and listen to both sides. But it's a concern that this presentation, we're told that it's only the principals, you know, when they write to us, they say that one is the one that belongs to the principal. It's not a management presentation, which is a concern. And it has led to the deputy principals writing to us. There's other allegations we're going to deal with here in the meeting. Because you colleagues are here. So we're going to start the meeting like that. So that was our opening. We're welcoming you, colleagues. We have, we're going to give to the minister to do his opening. Just so you know, when we were in the strat plan last week, we did indicate to him that we do have a number of challenges in in our TVET colleges in the sector. And when we spoke about TVET colleges, we indicated that the number of complaints that we are getting from College of Cape Town are a concern to us. They've sent to all members, different members who submit them to me and say, Chair, they were consistently receiving complaints about this. Many of them, I mean, too many complaints, some of them that they were even making allegations that with how things are going currently, they don't know if they will get their salaries in December, if the college will be able to pay them their salaries in December. They're making all sorts of allegations, Minister, that there are companies there who are just invoicing and they're being paid and there's no proof of work done. We are going to interrogate with the leadership. But we are telling you, because by the time we conclude the meeting, you will not be here. You would have left, so we must bring it to your attention. So we're now going to start with the introduction. So we'll start this way and then we'll end here with Honorable Msazana. My name is Tebo Kholitsiye. I'm a member of the Portfolio Committee on Education and Training, and I'm the chair. So you see how I'm doing my introduction. So you don't come and say, my name is Tebo Kholitsiye from Parliament. We don't know what are you doing in Parliament. I'm saying I'm the member of the committee and the chair. So I'm giving you my details. So you don't come and give us, you don't come and say, I'm Dr. Nkosina Chisishi representing the department. You must say from the Department of Higher Education and Training, and I'm employed there as a Director General. That is a clear descriptive. So we don't want me to ask you, what are you doing there? What is the, you know? So we'll start here, Anna, then we'll go this way, you know, up and down until we get here. Thanks.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, members. My name is Anel Kabingesi, and I'm the Committee Secretary.
Morning, Chair. I'm Manager Mswaba. I'm the Principal and Accounting Officer of the College of Cape Town. Thank you.
Morning, Chair. I'm Reverend Dr. Mtale, member of College Council at the Cape Town College.
Good morning, Chair and members. Lungisa Sishi, Senior Manager for TVET Support at NSFAS.
Good morning, Chair and members. Zandile Mputulo, Servicing Administrator at NSFAS.
Good morning, Chair. All protocol observed. My name is Spelele Ntuli. I'm the branch coordinator in the Department of Higher Education and Training, TVET branch.
Good morning, Chair. Greetings, colleagues. My name is Tlantla Ngubane. I'm the assistant for the Parliament Liaising and Cabinet Liaising Office at Department of Higher Education.
Morning. My name is Tibuzi Wivere from the Department of Higher Education and Training, TVET branch, Programs and Qualifications.
Good morning, Chair, honorable members. My name is Tabile Lengwane, Parliament and Cabinet Support, Office of the Minister. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, Chair and members of the legislation. My name is Monwabi Sibango. I'm working at the College of Cape Town and I'm the House Secretary. Thanks.
Greetings, Chair. I am Siasanga Mihlamangia, Senior Manager at College of Cape Town and also a member of NEHAO. Chairperson, thank you.
Buti Manamela, Minister of Higher Education and Training.
Kosinati Sishi, the Director General of the Department.
Good morning, Honorable Chair, honorable members.
Honorable Minister, the DG and the colleagues. My name is Sam Zung. I'm the Deputy Director General responsible for the TVET sector in the Department of Education and Training in the Republic of South Africa.
Good morning, Chairperson and members of the committee. My name is Themba Msipa, the Chief Director responsible for systems planning and institutional support within the TVET branch.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Matthews Mokhele, Senior Legal Admin Officer in the Department of Higher Education and Training.
Morning, Chair. I'm Brian Madalani, the Acting Regional Manager, Northern and Western Cape.
Good morning, Chair and the members. My name is Uko Dondashe. I am the current and recognized branch chairperson of NEHAU at the College of Cape Town. Thank you.
Morning, Chairperson, Honorable Minister, members, DG and colleagues. My name is Steve Mampeku. I'm the Parliamentary and Cabinet Liaison Officer in the Office of the Minister. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson. My name is Umpumzi. The surname is Boy, and I am the Vice Principal for Corporate Services at the College of Cape Town. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. The name is Dion van Rooyen, Honourable Minister and members. I'm the Deputy Director Principal of the College. Thank you.
You said you are Van Rooyen.
That's correct, Chair.
You are Deputy Principal of what?
Deputy Principal Business Development at the College of Cape Town, sir.
Good morning, Chairperson. I'm Wilmien van Biljon, a representative of Harold Gee Attorneys.
Good morning, Chair and members of Parliament. My name is Luto Magosa, SRC President of College of Cape Town.
Morning, Chairperson. My name is Nathaniel Masiza. I'm the Campus Manager at College of Cape Town. Thank you.
Please repeat, we could not hear.
My name is Nathaniel Masiza, College of Cape Town Campus Manager. Thank you, Chairperson.
Which campus?
I used to be City Campus. I was removed unfairly, but I'm at Guguletu Campus as we speak. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members, honorable Minister, colleagues. My name is David Mutlamme. I'm the PLO in the office of the DG, and I'm wearing the blazer for Malutiche, TVET College. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson and members of the committee. My name is Africa. My surname is Chona. I am the campus manager at College of Cape Town City Campus. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Bakoli Semali. I'm the NEHAU Western Cape Provincial Secretary who is responsible to supervise the ill-disciplined ones. Will supervise them. Thank you very much.
Morning, Chairperson, morning members. My name is Sandile. My surname is Chamane. I'm the Director responsible for labor relations.
Good morning, Chairperson and honorable members. My name is Mlumbi Thompson. I was the chairperson of NEPTOSA, but my contract hasn't been renewed. I've worked for the college for 7 years. I believe it's victimization.
Let's do this. Labor relations. Please indicate you are a labor relations from where?
From the Department of Education and Training in Pretoria.
Thank you very much. Hold on. They said they missed your name, Neptosa.
My name is Mlumbi Thompson for NEPTOSA, chairperson of NEPTOSA City Campus.
You worked there for 7 years.
Can I go, Chair?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, members of Parliament. I am Bushman Tony, but you can call me Tony. I'm from the PSA, we are in the house, Chair. Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning. Marvin Charles from News 24.
Good
A
morning.
reporter from News 24. Yes.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. Ignatius Fourie, Senior Manager from the Auditor General of South Africa in the Western Cape.
Okay. Let's put the mic closer to. Yeah.
Good morning, Chairperson. Hirohito Dikubo, Parliamentary Liaison, Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Office of?
The Auditor General, AGSA.
Good morning, Chairperson, Minister, everybody present. My name is Tanya Kleinans, and I'm the Executive Secretary to Chairperson.
Good morning, Chairperson, and the other honorable members. I'm Zolile Siswan. I'm the Chairperson of SAT from College of Cape Town.
Morning, Chair. My name is Asatu Maguba. I'm the Branch Secretary of SATU at the College of Cape Town.
Good morning, Chair and the members of Parliament. My name is Samantha Valelo. I am the NEPTOSA representative at the College of Cape Town.
Good morning, Chairperson. My name is Louisa Mashi, and I am the SRC Secretary General at College of Cape Town.
And you have flu. Okay. I was checking, maybe, you like Zahara so much that you.
Good morning, Chair, members and delegates. Agnetha Arendse, I'm the researcher for this committee.
Good morning, Chair and everyone. Mampako Mudiba, Committee Content Advisor.
Good morning, Chair and colleagues. I'm Honourable Dr. Delmain Christians, a member of the Portfolio Committee.
Good morning, everyone. Ashley Koike, the First Souls, and I'm a full member of this committee. Thank you.
Angibonge ithuba sihlalo igama lami ngumnqobo kaMsezana ngiyilunga lele committee deployed by the official opposition umkhondo wesizwe ogwazayo party. Thank you very much.
You've not been a member there for 7 years, so you won't get to 7 years. Ikwaza yonke into, but ikwaza nasekhaya, bayakwazana. This Gwaza thing. Thanks. I wish I had known that the PSA was in the house to clarify the issues earlier, but since we have taken a decision that we will not engage with Labour now, we'll engage with yourself. So we must get your contact details so that we're able to write to yourselves to clarify certain issues. Now we've already closed the matter of the Labour Union PSA. We will discuss with you guys offline. Minister, let me give you this opportunity to lead the presentation from everybody. And I'm glad I was not aware that the deputy principals are here. So if there are questions that they must answer on what we have, at least they're here, they will be able to answer that. Minister?
Good morning, Chairperson, and thank you for this opportunity. And also honorable members, the College of Cape Town, together with the delegation that I'm with from the department. Chairperson, over the last few days, I've been engaged closely with the Department of Higher Education and Training, the College of Cape Town Council, together with the principal, to understand the depth of the crisis at the college, as you have raised the issues with me at the strat plan at the workshop about a week or so ago. It is clear that the situation has escalated beyond ordinary management and require interventions from myself. And so before outlining the challenges, Chairperson, I think it is important that we acknowledge that the College of Cape Town has not been without achievements. Financial governance, for instance, the college has in recent years received unqualified audit opinion, demonstrating that despite the turbulence in leadership, there are areas where systems of financial control remain sound. In terms of student performance, the college continues to record some improvement and graduation rates with strong performance in certain vocational programs. In fact, the college is one of our star performing colleges, I must say. They've also done well with regards to partnerships and innovation, and have advanced quite a number of partnerships with industry and higher education institutions, including collaboration on ICT training, BPO skills, and also digital campuses. With regards to the union, I think despite some of the challenges that you may have had now, we strongly believe that student and staff representative structures remain functional, meaning that what you see is how democratic, expressive our unions are amongst themselves and within their own structures, even upper structures, but also that we have a functional SRC and have all expressed commitment to safeguarding the academic project despite their differences, but also despite some of the governance challenges. So these achievements, Chairperson and honorable members, are worth recognizing and show that the college has the underlying capacity to thrive once governance and leadership are stabilized. And so what's the problem in terms of my understanding and as per my engagement with all of these people that I've mentioned? Firstly, that there are serious issues between the principal and the two deputy principals. The department and the college leadership particularly, but also there are issues between the college leadership and the department, particularly around the question of who holds the authority to discipline the principal, but also disputing or rather contested a role that the department should play. And so these disputes have produced a very toxic environment that is characterized by factionalism, as I think you are already now aware, just from the introductions, declining staff morale, frustrations in terms of some of the students, but also reputational damage to the college and the department. And most importantly, they risk undermining the stability of teaching and learning. In 2003, Chairperson, just to give you a bit of a chronology of what had happened in terms of what we found out, is that in 2023, a complaint was lodged with the Public Service Commission regarding the appointment of consultants at the college. So I'm going to do it high level. In 2024, the PSC produced a report recommending disciplinary action against the principal. And then sometime 2024-25, acting on this report, the department referred the charges to the GPSSBC, which is the bargaining chamber, and this was strongly contested by both the principal and the council, who argued that under the CET Act, only the minister is the employer of the principal. Late last year and into this year again, governance instability worsened with irregularities in council appointments, some alleged unauthorized expenditure, ignored grievances, but also a breakdown in human resource and labor relations. So those are some of the allegations, I think, in a nutshell, at a high level that you may have had. The SRC and labor unions, as per some of the presentations that you will receive, aligned with the principal, while some senior managers openly opposed him, which had deepened some of the divisions. And so in the last 2 weeks, I met both the department. I've been receiving some reports and also engaged with the principal to establish the facts and also hear each side. And so from this chronology, and I think a key piece of what had happened was that the principal was suspended for a considerable period and was then later reinstated. And so that's one of the key pieces of information of what had happened for the last 2 years or so. And so we then emphasized, well, the department out of this engagement has been emphasizing the PSC findings and the need for consequence management. Secondly, the council has been insisting, as you may have seen in some of the report, that our DG has overreached his powers and that only the minister and council may act against the principal. The principal claims victimization and argues that he is being punished for implementing reforms. And the deputy principals also have their own grievances against the principal. So all parties, as it is, chairperson and honorable members, stand firmly in their positions. And as a result, the college may be paralyzed. Well, in fact, some governance structures are threatened with paralysis. And unfortunately, students and staff in this regard are caught in the crossfire. So as I've indicated, I believe that this situation requires my intervention. And so we've looked at what the law enables us to do. And according to the Continuing Education and Training Act 16 of 2006, we state that if the minister has reasonable grounds to believe that a public college is being mismanaged or is unable to perform its functions effectively due to maladministration, malpractices or failure by council or management, the minister may appoint a person to conduct an independent investigation into the affairs of the college. After receiving the investigation report, the minister may take appropriate steps to restore proper governance and administration, which may include appointing an administrator. And so this provision makes it clear that where there is dysfunction, the minister is empowered to not only to investigate, but also to take corrective steps to restore stability. So I've therefore informed chairperson and honorable members, both the DG, the council, and the principal, of my decision to establish a stabilization and dispute resolution team in terms of Section 46. The team will be chaired by a retired judge or senior counsel. We're still going to look for that. This decision was taken and informed to all these people yesterday. So we'll see who we find, either a retired judge or senior advocate with 2 members with labor relations expertise and also higher education governance specialist. And their mandate will be to conduct a fact-finding inquiry into the governance, human resource, procurement, and leadership dispute at the college. They'll also have to facilitate mediation between the principal and the 2 deputy principals and make recommendations to me on corrective steps, including sanctions, redeployments, or council reforms where required. The team will invite submissions within 7 days upon their appointment and hold hearings and mediations within 30 days and deliver a report within 45 days. Pending its report, all new disciplinary actions and charges against the principal, the chair, or the deputies will have to be suspended to prevent further escalation. I think this is important. This team will be part of a broader stabilization agenda, and alongside it, will finalize the appointment of vacant council. So as part of the work that the team, over and above what the team will do, Parallel to that, we'll also be finalizing the appointment of vacant council members to restore governance and legitimacy. We'll also be, as I've announced, I think in our first press conference, that we'll be looking at some of the protocols as it relates to and regulations as it relates to the Continuing Education and Training Act. So we'll be fast-tracking regulations under that act to close some legal gaps that fuel such disputes. And so what are the legal gaps? I think you would know later today that the principal and the council are contesting for instance, the status of the PSC report on the one hand, a report which the department believes that it should result in consequence management. So that's a gray area. That will have to reflect. The other gray area is who's the employer of the principal. According to the Act, it's the minister. But I think imagine, and in the absence of regulations, the Act taken literally means that the DG cannot act on any of the principals. But imagine if the minister would have to have responsibility for 50 college principals. That's impossible. So that's another gray area which we'll have to address. And we, are going to be instructing both the DG and DDG of our TVET college to help us accelerate regulations to devolve some powers to our TVET colleges and to our councils so that we address some of these issues and what powers can also be devolved from the minister to the DG and to the DDGs so that we can fast track all of this. The department will also have to work on some interim protocols on the question of delegations, as I said, and Section 46 interventions. Our priority, Chairperson, is to ensure that students are not the collateral damage of leadership conflict, because this is basically what this is, and I think you will find out, and that teaching and learning continue without disruption. Honourable members, this intervention is, I think, importantly, not about taking sides. We have tried to follow the intervention that the DG initiated by putting in place a task team. I've received a report from that task team, and they've already been, for lack of a better word, rubbished for having taken sides. And so anyone from the department who gets in there to investigate, their neutrality is already questioned. And that's why we're making these interventions, which we hope will help us accelerate this. But it's also about restoring order, but also protecting the institution and ensuring that the College of Cape Town fulfills its mandate to its students and also to the public. The Stabilization and Dispute Resolution Team will represent a lawful, fair, and time-bound mechanism to resolve the conflict and restore stability. And should parties fail to comply, I retain the power under Section 46(3) to escalate to the appointment of an administrator. I ask that for the committee's support in this intervention, as I'm required to actually report to yourself, Chairperson, before making this measure. And I commit to reporting back within the next 2 months on the work of the team and the progress and outcome that it has made. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Minister. Just there's a point that I may have missed. You said in order for this stabilization team to report to you in 45 days, the charges will have to be suspended for all. If you can just repeat that part, I think there's a point that you said there. I want to write it down. Yeah.
Yes. So the point we're trying to make is any pending, pending the report, any new disciplinary actions and charges. So anything new, we'll have to cease. Yes, so that's exactly that.
So the disciplinary cases that are there already, they must continue.
So they're not. So those are not going away. Okay. And I think the intention of the team is to help us understand what the problem is and to establish how do we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope that helps members for when we engage with the college. We wanted to clarity before he leaves. Okay.
No, thanks, Chair. Maybe just clarity. Maybe on that one, I'm still a bit confused, Chair, what the minister means when he says that no new charges can be entertained during the assessment period. That's one. Secondly, the timeline being 45 days, starting when? I mean, does the minister know when he's going to establish this particular ad hoc or team so that we know we count 45 days of timeline from when? Yeah, I think that should cover it. Or yeah, then I think the others will go straight to the entity. Thank you very much, Chair.
Yeah, okay, Minister.
Yeah. The reason why we have to seize new charges, Honourable Member, is because, for instance, when I was meeting yesterday with the council and the principal, we got informed that there was an investigation or someone was being investigated. I think the principal was being investigated, and he was not even aware that he's being investigated. And what has happened over since 2023 is that human resource and labor relations has somewhat been weaponized, to try and which then led to some level of instability. So the point is, if we can just for the next 45 days, well, not for the next 45 days, but for 45 days immediately after appointment of the team, if we cannot have any new charges, and so on. But it's also to allow, I mean, I've learned that, some of the deputy principals, for whatever reasons, legitimate or not, have not been on campus, for some time. And whatever the issues are. So if you put in place a team which is supposed to help them resolve this conflict, firstly. Secondly, if you seize all new charges, it means you're helping to restore and stabilize the institution in the period. So that's what we're trying to do. And then we can hear, from the team as to should there be any disciplinary action, if there is, against who, or should we completely go in and appoint an administrator, which is a situation that I completely want to avoid. And I believe that if we can get some form of mediation between the principal and the deputy principal, or get some solution as to how this can work, I think that we can restore some, some stability even beyond. We're going to try as quickly as possible to put the team in place. This decision, as I say, came in just yesterday after having consulted with everyone. So we'll have to look at the practicalities of that. And if we could, before the end of the day, inform the chair as to what is practically possible. Okay.
Yeah, I think he also meant that he can't commit to the when will the 45 days start, because he will still look for either a retired judge or a senior counsel. So we will allow you, Minister, as soon as you know, then the 45 days will kick in there.
Thanks, Chair. There was one point that I think maybe since the minister is here and management is here, when the introductions were done, I did not get time to note the name, but the council member is not the council chairperson, and the minister indicates that he engaged with the council, which I would assume that there was a council chairperson. If not, there was no apology that was tendered for the person responsible or heading council. So maybe if we can just get clarity on that, was there maybe an apology to that effect, because there's also other allegations as it relates to the council chairperson in the letter. So just that one. Otherwise, I'm covered, Chair. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think that's for the minister. I think we did note that with Anele, because on the list of those who are going to attend, Dr. A. King, who we're told is the council chair, was going to be here. So when I allowed them to speak, I was going to ask them to clarify that particular point. I don't think Minister must now speak on apologies of the council chair. I don't think I know the CTX is their employer, but of the principals, but but. Yeah. No, he says he likes the point that you said you don't like administrations.
I'm saying I think the honourable member should check Hansrat. Answered. Yeah. But I think besides that, besides talking to the apology, one of the interventions I've mentioned we will be doing parallel to this process would be to sort out the issues of the council. So when we come back with a report, or even before the report of the team, I think we will inform the portfolio committee on what measures we've taken to resolve the council. We've given ourselves 60 days to sort that out. Thank you for raising that.
Thank you very much, DG. Is there anything that you would want to? Normally, we give the DG after the minister to set the tone of the meeting before giving the council chair. So you'll tell us if a minister, before you leave, will ask you to give us your speaking notes, so that if members want to cross-reference, we're able to follow that, DG.
Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, Honorable Letsia, the Minister of Higher Education and Training in the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Manamela, members of, esteemed members of the Portfolio Committee, council members, executive from the department, and all officials of our department in various portfolios. Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. At the introductory stages of the comments by the Minister lifted very key issues about the state of this college. And I prefer, as the DG of the department, to always work from there, to work from where the institutions are strong and build from there to establish institutions free of impurities in governance and institutions that assist us with the human resource development of our country. The Constitution of the Republic in its preamble speak of our role as freeing the potential of each person. That is the job description of the department. It is expected that this becomes the key area of bringing unity amongst all of our officials to free the potential of our country. The Minister has spoken about 4 key issues, and these I think we can build upon to create an institution that will make South Africa proud. Financial governance, student performance, partnerships and innovation. And the Minister also spoke about the unions and student support structures, and as an important areas and pillars on which we could build. And I think the Chair of the Portfolio Committee, in your introductory comment and in your statements as you were engaging the unions, you also, Chair, make a point about the importance of trade unions. And I'm happy that you have put time aside to look into this as well. And I think it is aligned. At that time, you were not aware that the Minister has already decided on an intervention, but it already aligns to what you have said. As a department, we really act without fear or favor. But it becomes more difficult if our authority is questioned and is interpreted as partisan to parties that are involved. And we trust that this work is going to assist us. But may I also take advantage of the opportunity you've given me, Chair,
to indicate that we've written to all of our stakeholders to request that they make inputs into the amendments to the proposed CET bill and other related legislation, so that whatever gaps that we see in our legislation can actually be closed. So I'm encouraged by the fact that this presents us an opportunity. I had an opportunity to provide a progress report to the Portfolio Committee at its workshop to indicate exactly what has been done in this area. And I trust that Parliament, as it exercises its role for legislating, would have taken into account all of those inputs which would be made and submitted in according to the deadlines that we have committed ourselves to Parliament. I thank the Minister for his action and assure the Minister of my support in ensuring that we bring governance, good governance in the system. May I also speak directly to staff at the college to say that we need all of you. We need your experience, your expertise to work with us to create an opportunity for a better future for our country. I am happy the Minister is speaking about interventions to bring together the principal and deputy principals so that we identify opportunity to pull together everyone to work towards a better governance in the institution and build on the positives that we have identified. Thank you very much, Chair.
No, thank you very much. Before I give to my colleague in the Cleggy business, I'm happy, DG, you have mentioned the issue of public comments on the CT Act. What the minister was saying here about the employer and colleges. When we had the strategic workshop, the CCG there, the Council for TVET Colleges, indicated that they've made a submission, and one of the submissions, Minister, that they say they made, which did not reflect on what was captured in the summary by the department, was that they've made a recommendation that stemming from the problems that are existing, that sometimes them as council members, they are unable to hold the executive, the principals accountable because they don't employ them. And if they don't do consequence management on the people they don't employ, in a case, if I were to make an example about CCT, let's say council were to be the one who want to charge the principal could take them to court and say, who are you? And then we expect them as councils to account on the issues that are happening on campus when they can't hold the executive accountable. So their claim was that they've made a contribution to the department saying this is a legislative proposal we're making to yourself, and it was not captured there. So they are saying they've got legislative proposals. So DG, I'm repeating again what I repeated in the strategic session. Let's take all of them, because some of them are going to help us. You see, the problem now that the minister is envisaging, we did not raise it in the proposals, that the employer of these TVET college principals is the minister. And the minister, honestly speaking, can't be expected to oversee day-to-day of these principals, run a big department like this. But on the summary, and I'm repeating it's a summary because that's what you said, of what you presented to us, this part that the reporting format will now change, was not captured. If it was there, I did not see it, but I know it was not captured. So if we proceed with this thing and we don't finalize everything together, it will be a wasteful expenditure for us to come back at a later stage and say, "Eish, we did not look at this particular point," and because at the time we're not aware of. So let's go look at. There's a gentleman there next to the regional manager who introduced himself as the director of legal. So give them this job. It's their job. They must go look at what this act says. What is, remember the table I said we must do. So we must do, say, City Act. Section 1 says this thing. Let's find a problem statement for this. Let's say it speaks about employment of principals, for an example. Must be appointed by the department. Let's problematize that thing. Let's say the problem statement here is that if the department HR is handicapped, it's not operating at full capacity, it might affect the employment of a principal, for an example. So that's a problem statement. Do we want to keep it as it is, or do we want to change it? And if we do, what will be the proposed change? So we do a 3-column table. Column 1, the status quo. Column 2, problem statement. Column 3, what could be the options? So let's deal with it in that. And I said, let's do it for everything. Let's not choose section 1, then go to section 12, because we might find that section 8 in between also has a problem, but because yourselves in the department and the legal team have not seen it, you may not want to propose. So let's do it, all of it. Like I said, once we are done, you'll give it to us, because it's our job to change legislation. You might make all the recommendations that you want, and we come here and say, no, this recommendation, we don't agree with it. This is what we're proposing. Having all about 18 political parties that represent about 18 million people who voted. This is what we believe that should be what's happening. So let's capture all of them. So I thought before I give the college, they are going to explain the absence of the chair, and then my colleague there from the council will indicate in the council what is his role, because I think we should be having different roles. So what is our roles there, and then lead the presentation, will give to the principal. The total, we're giving you 45 minutes. I saw a number of slides there. So 45 minutes, it's 1:30 now, at 1:15 I'm going to stop you. Don't say I did not warn you, because we want to engage as much as possible with yourselves. Tademoruti. Yeah, you'll explain first. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you'll explain first the absence of the chair and all of that.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chairperson of Portfolio Committee. The Chair has requested me to stand in for her. So I have been requested to be here on her behalf. So I will do the presentation of the report today. It wasn't explained in detail, but I understand that she was requested yesterday not to be here. I wasn't in the meeting that took place yesterday. Apparently, that's where it stems from, that she couldn't be here. Chairperson.
Okay, so she was requested by DG. Please answer. Close the meeting a bit. Let's hear the DG. You are in that meeting with the minister. She was requested by who not to be here?
It was established after the chair was nominated that she would have served a third term. And according to the CET Act, this would not be accommodated. And so as a result of this, a letter was written by the minister to the chair to indicate that therefore she may not continue to be the chair. We then met the chair yesterday, and because our expectation was that because of the letter that was sent by the minister, then she would not proceed. But she did indicate that she had appealed. She had written back to the minister, and the minister then indicated to her that she would check on the legal issues that were raised by the chair, amongst which one of them was that in her first term, she did actually not serve the entire term. She had served close to or around 18 months of that term. And because of it, she therefore did not think that the provisions of the Act applied to her case. Then the minister requested that up until that status is clarified, she must await the decision of the minister after he has applied his mind on that particular issue. That was the reason she was requested not to be part of that responsibility of chairing up until this matter is legally clarified.
Okay. No, thank you very much. A part of my, I think I had about 8 questions that I had prepared around the issue of the term and the legal, what on the chair. You guys telling her not to come here, you have taken 8 questions out of my questions. So, so you don't have that, so there's no acting chairperson because she was requested recently. The council has not set ever since that letter.
Yeah, Chair, I have since that then convened an urgent meeting of the legal team to actually provide us with this opinion. If we are not happy, we will consult the state attorney to give us a final legal team. But we intend to really be fair in the way we deal with this issue. We acknowledge the fact that the minister's letter was informed by the fact that the established practice is that you are not, the issue of your term is not seen in terms of individuals. It's seen in terms of the block years of administration. And so even if you had served 2 days or a week, you are considered to have served that term. But again, we are not going to interpret the law ourselves. We will be guided by the advice, and then we will advise the minister accordingly. But the idea is that she may not be executing any duties that relates to chairperson up until this matter is resolved.
The question was, when did you write to her, and has there been any meeting after the minister had written to her? If you are not aware, just say you are not aware.
Yeah, I'm not aware of the date, Minister. Yeah.
So when are we envisaging to finalize this quagmire of legal?
I've given myself a week, not more than 7 days. It should not be more.
Today is the 10th, so on the 24th you'll write to us and indicate to us. Thank you very much. Principal, it's 10:36, 45 minutes goes to 11:21.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, the esteemed House. And thank you, the members that are present. I'm requesting if I can share, Mr. Kabise. It is saying host disabled participant, please. Thank you. Honorable Chair and esteemed honorable members, I will be, as he has indicated, that we have submitted the presentation approximately 7 days before the sitting. And I won't be talking to...
It was 5 days. This thing of approximately 7 days is not true. It was 5 days. Let's... That's
Chair has corrected me. Honorable Chair, you have corrected me. It's 5 days because I know we submitted on the 3rd. And it was on the 3rd and today is the 10th. That's why I'm saying that. That be as it may, I also want to indicate, Chair, that we will not be able to cover all the presentations because of time. So we are going to look at some of the areas that we will say these are very important, and therefore we need clarification on those or emphasis on those areas, and then we proceed. Yes, I'm trying to share what I'm seeing in front. Okay.
Where is your CFO?
My CFO is not here. He is out of the college. When I came back from suspension on the 21st of February, I did not find him. But what I understand is he had requested to work not from the college because of security issues. Yeah, so that is the deputy principal CFO. So currently he's working, but he's working in hiding, if I may use a very difficult word. Thank you, Chair. I am seeing the, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm able now.
I'm told that you are good in ICT.
Yes. No, I'm already there.
Yeah, but I want you to do the...
Oh.
Yeah.
You go to the 3 days.
Press here. So, where is
Yes,
duplicate here?
duplicate, yes.
Where?
Oh, duplicate, I think, is supposed to be here. No, man. Duplicate.
Hold on. Don't press so many times.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's all right. Go there. Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, here.
yeah. Yeah.
Just go to display settings.
Where is it?
You can't see it.
I
No,
can't
put
see
in
it.
front. Come here. Come here. Hide.
Oh, it will hide that. Oh, you are the king. Yes. Oh, no. Yes, thank you. This report is going to briefly talk about the administration and teaching and learning that is at the college. So you can see the constitution of the college as indicated by the minister, the honorable minister, and the powers of the accounting officer in terms of section 13, which is also indicated there, which I'm not going to talk. But I'm now going to talk more importantly into the administration of the College of Cape Town, which is defined in the college strategic map for the 2025-2030, which is, of course, correctly so, informed by the 3 tools that we have, which then identifies where the college should go. More importantly, our emphasis, which we have currently, is to look at the PSET, which is the post-school education and training, and then looking at the targets that are required for the public TVET colleges to meet, which we have rightfully done, and we are performing very well. More especially when you look at where we are going, where TVET colleges are supposed actually to overtake the higher education enrollments. We are actually working on that, and we are doing it very, very well. You will see that by the numbers that we are giving, but also by the PQM, which is the program mix qualifications. Currently, the colleges, the TVET colleges, are in a transformative way. And as you can look on the extreme left, right, which is to my right, maybe to you, it may be on your left, the QCTO introduction. And as a college, we have already started working on phasing out the programs that are required to be phased out and introducing the programs that are aligned to QCTO. More especially when you look at our college qualification in terms of the NPSET 2025-2030, we have got the National Vocational Certificate, which we are pushing on. And we, on the far right, we have now started using what we have as our camp, the Consolidated Action Matrix, in support that those programs are started, have already started. As I have indicated, the National Grant Plan are then transferred and transformed and informed by the college response to the NPSET. And currently, the college has a strategic plan that is operating, and that strategic plan, which is operating, is the one that we are saying we need to ensure that we improve. But the annual plan, which is the national template of the department, and the annual plan, which is the national template of the department, has already been translated into the Consolidated Action Matrix 2024-2027, as you can see. Also, more importantly, as you have indicated, we have got what we call the special grant plan for the emancipation of unemployment in the sector. Hence, we have the industrial plan, or industrial park plan that we have, which is going to address the issue of internship, as well as introducing the new model. Previously, we had a single model which was only talking about theory in the TVET sector. We have now moved to the dual system, which we adopted from Germany, but we, as a College of Cape Town, we have now moved to the triple modular system, where we say a student is only not going to be a student after the student is placed in employment. So that is the third leg that we are talking about. And then I'm not going to talk about the implementation plan because it has already been dealt with. And as well as the key achievements that we have done a lot of achievements. An organizational transformation was completed early in 2024 and was translated into this plan, which we are pushing and we are moving forward. All the operations of the college should be done through I2 ecosystem. So we have developed an ecosystem that then is going to comply and is going to respond to the requirements. The college, when I joined, I gave myself a task and a vision that all programs and all systems and structures that are at the college must be ISO certified, because that's when one can be able to prove that worldwide we meet the world standards that are required. We have increased number of campuses registered from 6 to 7, with the 8th one having been submitted for registration to the minister. When I joined the college, we had 6 campuses that were under the ministerial funding by by the minister. And then 2 campuses were not operating as college registered campuses. But as I pushed on, the 7th one, where we now have health and beauty care, has been granted the status of registration by the department. We also had a college, a campus that was empty when I received it. It was empty, there was nothing taking place. And we converted it. And on the 25th of July, 2023, the campus was actually opened by the former Honorable Minister, Professor Zimande, and it is just behind these buildings that you have here in District 6. So we are pushing in terms of key achievements that are required. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to go to challenges. Of course, like any other institution, we have got limited funding. But then the college has decided to come up with innovation. And the innovation is being addressed through the establishment of the funding mobilization unity, which is under the employ of the College of Council in terms of Section 20, subsection 2B. Reputational damage, yes, is caused by some staff members who are sabotaging the principal. It is quite true. There is a lot. And I'm not going to say about all those things, but for you to take note, that is that. Lost prospective funders who had pledged to work with the college in developing the mega projects, we have lost them. Millions of rands have been lost through that. So that is my first presentation, Honorable Chair. I'm going to go to the second presentation, Honorable Chair, if I may be allowed, because I'm rushing with my time. I'm going to go to my second presentation. My second presentation, Honorable Chair, which is also of great importance, is to look at the safety of the students. And I know there will be some questions that will be coming there. So I need to give that perspective, Chair. I'm trying now, yes, it's true, I'm good in AT, but when you are being told to do this, sometimes you run out of steam, especially when you are told the time is up and you're about to write an exam. You also, so Mr. Anele, can you come and help me to cast this one?
Who told you you are good in IT?
I'm not sure what the Honorable Chair was referring to. When he made the comments, I said to myself, I think the Honorable Chair is okay. So I'm going to give now, I'm going to show the other presentation that I'm going to have now, which is going to look at those areas. You said?
Why don't you open one presentation that you send us, because it's everything on it?
It is not on PowerPoint, it is PDF. That is
Okay.
the reason, yes. Yeah, can it? No, I have opened it, but I can't, it is not showing up there, only there. No, it is not PDF, it is. But
Just stop sharing.
just let me stop sharing.
And I hope this laptop that's giving us a problem, you did not pay 90,000 for it. Because
No, I'm not switching
it's
off.
not
I'm
even
stopping
operating.
sharing.
Just stop sharing.
Aye. Yeah, but when we get there, we'll see on finances that you paid 90,000 for it. Aye.
And then where's the presentation? The one that you just
It's here.
open. Where's it?
Let me, okay,
Just click on it.
okay, okay. No, I get what you are saying.
Yeah, just go there. Like go to the
I think
presentation.
this, I think this one.
Yeah, and then
No, that's not the one.
it's not the one. Is this the one?
Yes, it should.
the one.
No, no, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. No, don't worry. That's the one. Thanks, ma'am. Okay.
Just go here. Just go. Sorry, sir.
Right.
Just go to display settings. You can see.
Where is it?
On this side is not appearing.
It's on. It's not on. It's not appearing on my side.
Just go to taskbar.
Where's taskbar?
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Those three. Hide it.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. This presentation is about the safety and
The
security.
minister left.
Honorable Chair.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Honorable Chair. We are presenting the safety and security. I think this is topical one, but we want to indicate to the Honorable Chair and the Honorable members that this is what the college has currently. We have got the college premises access control policy, basically to control the what we call the entering and the exit of people within the college. We also have the safety, health, and environment risk. The environment risk and quality policy, and this is the policy that looks at the health and safety environment of our employees and our premises. We also have the sexual harassment policy, which is adopted from the Department of Higher Education and Training, which we are also implementing. We also have the Code of Good Practice on the prevention and elimination of harassment in the workplace, which is a code that was provided by the Department of Labor and which we are also implementing. The college currently has got committees that are existing, with the principal being the 16.1 of the occupational health and safety, and the 10 sites that are there, I have appointed the 16.2 chairpersons of committees and committee members. We have got a number of programs that are at the college, and for the past 2 years, that is 2022 to 2023, we managed to host 2 national workshops led by the DHET, Gender-Based Violence and Femicide, and we are promoting those things. All the college sites are manned by outsourced security, and that is actually to address the issue of ingress and ingress. The 3 residences are also manned by 24 hours security as well. The college has witnessed 3 outstanding cases of sexual harassment, which I think it's very important for me to indicate. There was a male and a female lecturer in one of campuses. The case was closed and completed, and it was done by the principal after some delay in it. I had to come in as the executive authority, and then it was closed. The second one was brought to the office of the principal, involving a male and a female lecturer again, at the same campus again, which I was also involved, and then I had to appoint a facilitator of the process, and then reports were brought, and then the case was also closed after therapeutic process. We have delegated authority and principal of the college ended up dealing with the matter of sexual, I think I've said it. Then the principal consulted with the individual thereafter together, parties chose to apologize to one another. That was the second one, and we closed it, and the report was developed. In the second one, the principal appointed an external investigator, as I've indicated, and recommendations were provided and implemented, and the case was closed. The third case involved an employee of the college and the students. The case has not been completed, and the male employee is in custody, and the case of sexual harassment is still running in the courts. The employment relationship ceased to exist. His employment contract ceased to exist because the principal suspended the person without salary, and eventually we terminated the contract. We have got a number of workshops that are running, which I've said, but we have got a good relationship with the National Prosecuting Authority. We had 1 and 2 workshops that we had with them, and the National Prosecuting Authority, as you know, works with our courts. And for that reason, they have got a number of programs that they are providing to be able to make awareness for our students as well as our staff. So that is the report, Chair. I'm not going to dwell much on it because it's been discussed on, and I'm going to conclude the discussion. Of course, I'm aware questions will be coming, then I will then be able to provide you, Chair, with some of the answers through the program, the presentation that I will be presenting. Now I'm going to go down straight to the challenges that the college is having, and those challenges, I'm not going to go to all of them. I'm going to dwell much on one challenge. If I can be allowed, Chair, then I'm going to stop the sharing now and then move to the next item. Yes, I'm going to go to the next slide. The presentation will be the challenges. Yes. My brother, I'm seeing the Honorable Chair, not Minister, Honorable Chair on my screen. Can you come and assist? No, I want to take another. Yes. I have stopped. I don't know why. Yeah.
Just go to share again.
It is supposed to be here showing on the screen.
The screen.
Yeah.
Stop sharing again.
Okay.
Just stop sharing.
It is, I'm supposed to take it from the documents, yes.
Yes. Just go to documents.
Where are they?
Just go to documents there.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
No, just stop sharing. Where's the document? Can you just open the document?
Oh, I can just open it.
Where is it?
No, let me go. Let me open it.
Not here.
No, don't worry.
Where's the document?
Don't worry. It is not here. Okay.
Just go,
Right.
just go to
Yeah.
share. Okay,
It is
just
here.
go to share.
I go to and share this one.
Okay, go to share. Go back to share. Go to share.
Yeah.
Just go there. Just choose the document.
Yes. Thank you, my brother. Yep. It's not showing there.
Maybe it wants you to open the financial overview before this one, because this one is refusing. And we have interest on this financial overview.
No, it is on, but we need to remove the screen that was there.
Just go to share again.
me go to share. Okay, this one.
Dr. Christians, you don't have skills on IT.
Right.
I think we must deploy you to this college for 2 weeks. Huh? At CCG, at this one? Oh, oh, and another again. That one is also worse. NCU. You. Huh? Yeah.
Honorable Chair, I'm going to skip some of the areas that we have actually seen on this report. I'm going to go straight to the challenges which are referred to as challenges college-wide for 2025. I want to indicate, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, that the challenges that colleges are facing, not one college, colleges are facing, and with us as also part of it, is the conflation pandemic between the DHET and the TVET colleges, and how it has actually destroyed the gains of, which is the gains that is as a result of the promulgation of the Act. So that is the only one that I'm going to talk to now. The others, I think we have dealt with them, and therefore I'm not going to talk about them. What are we saying here, Chair? We are saying, Honorable Chair, the development, the greatest challenge TVET colleges are facing is as a result of conflation of merging the DHET as a national department with TVET colleges as a juristic person. This conflation has led to misunderstanding as to whose role is it in a public TVET college between the prescripts of the CET Act as opposed to the perception of the DHET. This inaccurate perception is creating them as identical or indistinguishable, and have caused a deliberate shift of authority and power in total contravention of the CET Act.
Yeah, we are going to be in conflict with you because that particular slide is not on the slide that you've sent us.
I'm at your mess.
Sorry?
I
because
agree.
I've went to where the challenges, I've looked at all of them, the one that, so you can't send us a presentation and then change it without informing us, because, I mean, you are making points there, we must make reference to it. We don't have it on our slides.
I agree with you, Chair. I'm at your mess. So, can I proceed? Thank you. This power struggle born out of conflation of the DHET and the TVET colleges has led to power struggles between DHET officials and TVET college staff. And this is creating a toxic environment at TVET colleges, resulting in the stripping of powers of college internal institutions by government officials. The casualty of all this is the African child, who is losing as the taxpayer, who is also contributing resources that are being put to waste. The CET Act is now being treated as a policy with the department by the DHET rather than an act of parliament, and equal force with other acts like the Public Service Act. Hence, it has been completely ignored, and as you shall see in my presentation, this is the biggest challenge that the TVET colleges are facing. The CET Act is an act of parliament, which was ascended by the president. It cannot be treated differently from other legislations. And it is common cause that acts of parliament should be translated into regulations for them to be implemented informatively, and this seems to be deliberately being the reasons that are retrogressively working against the noble idea of TVET colleges. The CET Act, whose provisions are peremptory, has become a distested the TVET colleges, are now operating as a unit of DHET, and this is working against the progression of the national plan and purpose of the establishment. The following sections of the CET are still to be implemented almost 20 years after the promulgation of the CET Act. And this has caused untold suffering in the governance, management, and administration of the public TVET colleges. Section 51. Section 51 of the CET Act, which is a very key section, where the minister is instructed to establish the regulations that guides the TVET colleges, and this is not done. As a result, you find that anyone who wants to come will come to colleges and say whatever they want to say. And when they say what they want to say, we must comply, or else we are going to be pushed to charges. For example, currently, I am sorry to say, I've got 5 charges that have been preferred against me by the DG. And these 5 charges stem from 2023 until now. The 6th charge sheet is the one that he gave me 1 week ago, which makes my charges to be around 200 to 300 charges that I have in front of me. Chapter 7, Chair, provides for CIVET to be established. And it is very clear that resources were used in 2012 for this CIVET to be established, and it is not there. And there, hence, you find the sharing of power being done not within the Act, but it is done on first come, first serve. We have section 44, Chair. The strategic planning of the colleges is supposed to be done by council, but we are being given templates to fill. And the council is very, very disappointed on that. Although we do it, we comply. But it is so disappointed to say the Act is being ignored. And when we are asked as principals, we are the receiving whip, end of the whip. The TVET colleges are being punished for complying with section 52. And I've mentioned this. Clearly, when we say the Act takes precedence of any other Act, that is what section 52 says. They tell us, no, we don't talk to the CET Act. We are now going to talk to the Public Service Act. And we are not Public Service Act. Section 25, which is not being implemented, and the council, if raises this with college principal, why their powers are being usurped. And section 25 clearly stipulates that records of colleges are supposed to be in the custody of the colleges, so as the finances. And then when they ask us, where is our power? We find it difficult as principals to say, where is the power? We just point to DHET, who always indifferently respond to us at the expense of the college principal. And we find ourselves in this case. For example, there is no section in the FETC Act which says that a council should serve for 3 terms. There is no section in that. And I still need to know the section. The section that is in council, which is when you go to section 9, it provides for the appointment of council. And it further goes on to say the conditions of the employment of council are going to be enunciated in the rules of the council, including the statutes, which they have done. The college has developed a statute, a beautiful statute, which we can give the Honorable Chair to see. Section 22, its failure to be implemented has a big knock-on effect to the college deliverables. The minister may not be aware that college funds are coming at the mess of the DHET. Yet, you look at section 25, it says, section 42, it says that the minister is the only person who is going to fund the TVET colleges in consultation with Treasury. So when we are told by an official at DHE to say, you are not going to be given money, then you say, can you tell us the reason that you failed to comply? But we are not going to be given money which has already been planned for. The money that has been announced that it is coming. And what is the reason for us not complying? There are no reasons for complying. So we feel that the failure to come up with regulations is the panacea. That is the biggest problem. You look at chapter 9 of the Act, which has been implemented, which has not been implemented, and this boils down to missing puzzle of lack of regulations. So the regulations and other statutory instruments that implements any act. For example, when you look at the Higher Education Act, which I have been implementing for 2 years when I was at the Department of Higher Education as a deputy principal in charge of universities for the 2 years. When you look at it, it has got 6 regulations, and those are the ones that we use to implement the act. But this is a missing puzzle that we don't have that. Section 57 has been ignored. And Section 57 says, from your movement or your migration from the FET Act to the FETC Act to the TVET Act, the transition, regulations and statutory instruments that are supposed to be developed and implemented by this college, by this department, 15 to 20 years down the line have not been developed. And therefore...
You have 10 minutes, no?
Yes.
Okay.
And therefore, Section 57 has been ignored. Fully implemented, has not been fully implemented due to conflation, Honorable Chair. DHET and TVET colleges, and with TVET college now being seen as a mere unit of the DHET, there is a blurred distinction between the DHET and the TVET colleges. This situation is violating Section 3 subsection 2 of the City Act, which establishes a TVET college as a juristic person. It is in the interest of the Parliament, Honorable Chair, to reverse this conflation through the Honorable Minister promulgating the necessary regulations to arrest the conflation. Otherwise, failure to do that would mean the chronic man-made ailment shall continue to haunt the TVET colleges. How can someone from DHET come to my college and ransack all the college offices and alternatively give another person a search warrant to come to my college, order me out of the college, and take college records that are in my possession in terms of the City Act and go with them? I'm, however, at the end of the year required to account for these records by the auditors, only to find that they are missing. And I have no power to ask for this from the DHE person. When I ask, they say he has no obligation to account for records at the CET Act, as required by CET Act. That I should account. And that is impossible. People like Mr. Tamane, who is here, the Director of Labor, are abusing the TVET colleges, taking advantage of the absence of regulations. Currently, as I've indicated to you, and the Minister has indicated to it, we had a hearing that was going on against me on my charge sheet number 5. And in that hearing, Mr. Taman was in. He was asked by the commissioner, why are you here? No, I'm a witness. So why are you here as a witness? He took Mr. Boy and him out. When they came, they fought with me. Boy fought with me strongly. And then he went to report. On the 21st of August, I had 44 grievances that needs to be addressed by me from Mr. Boy. And what is very difficult and very painful is that those 44 grievances have been given to a person I don't know. They are grievances to be reconciled at, but Mr. Tamani decided to investigate them and prefer charges against me. And this is not fair. Why? Because lack of regulations provides that they can interpret whatever they want at their own whim. And I am a victim of what is taking place currently. Chairperson, I don't need to overburden, but I want to conclude by saying the toxic working environment at the college was confined in an independent investigation report. And this report, which was given to the DG on the 16th of August, 2024, was withheld by Mr. Tamani, was withheld by the DG. And the DG is not actually informing this House that the public service report has not yet been released. He mentioned it in the briefing yesterday that it has not been released. And I can tell you it has not been released. The report has not been released. To conclude also, I need to indicate to you that when we are quiet, when people are talking, it's because we respect their positions. We don't respect what they are doing. It is not fair also for him to misrepresent and say, I am charged on the public service report. I am not charged on the public service report. I am charged on a number of grievances that they were given by Mr. Boy, which amounts to 5 charge sheets with over 70 charges that I am. The charge sheet, that is the last one, which they are claiming that comes from the Public Service Commission, has got 4 different signatures of the same person. And we have sent it for forensic. And it has come and said, this is not the same person who signed this. There is evidence. And I am saying to the minister, I wrote to the minister, and I said, put this at abeyance, so that at least I must have fair trial and I must have fair disciplinary process. Lastly, it is true, the DG is not my employer. He is the employer of the Department of Education, is the Department of Higher Education and Training, as enunciated in the statute. I'm not employed by the PSA. I'm employed in terms of the TVET Act. It is fair for the minister to delegate authority to anyone whom he wants to delegate, but not to the DG. Why? Because he cannot delegate the authority of being an employer to another employer. So any employee in the TVET sector, in the Department of Higher Education, like my learned and respected DDG, he has the power over us, and he can deal with us. But it is not legal for the DG to impose himself without following the law. That's my presentation, Chair. I will be waiting for responses, and then I will respond. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you have 4 minutes left. Can you go to the financial one there? Present on the financial one.
Thank you.
And yeah, the whole report in green, we don't have it. If you can send it to us. Yeah, please. Now, when we engage, you want to look at the slides.
No, I will do that.
Yeah.
Number 7, okay. No, I'm trying to check the sharing because it has just disappeared. Now I can see it. Comrade, Islamo. Honorable Chair and members, I would like to present to you the audits. We have got the audits for the period of 3 years. We have got audits that are at the college for the period of 2022 to 2024. We, as you can see, the college had unqualified audit with findings. And in this one, I want to indicate, Chair, that in 2021, which is the audit for 2020 financial year, we had a total of about 64 findings. And these were repeat findings for the previous 5 years, which I inherited. And then I worked on them. And as you will be seeing, Chair, the audit findings are getting less and less as a result of the intervention that I've brought to the college. I also want to indicate, Chair, that the funds, which is the money of the college, if I am to go to the surplus of the college, one would see that the surplus of the college is indicating that there was activity in the college in terms of performance. And the net working capital, you can see that it was also within the given, so as the net assets. And the total assets of the college are beaming close to $1 billion. And I've always ensured that they are available and they are within that limit. There is one area that I want to indicate, Chair, which is red, the cash and cash investments. The College of Cape Town, we feel, but there is some evidence that people are thinking that the College of Cape Town has got a lot of money, and then that money is being misused. If you look at from 2020 to 2024, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, you will see that the investments have not been fully used. We have opened projects that I was going to talk about, but those projects have only amassed fees for the constructions that we want to do. And I believe the construction money that we are about to look for, we don't have it. These investments that are here will never be used for the construction. We have started a unit that is supposed to deal with the issue of the e-campus that the minister has spoken about, so as the multi-purpose conference center, as well as the administration center. These are the three things that we are looking at. We have established a unity to mobilize the funds, and the principal is in the forefront to mobilize those funds. So when people say by the end of the year no one will be paid, it's not new to me. I'm a public person. I'm a public life. And this is the funds that are there. I am free to allow every public person to come and have access to the finances of the college. I am not going to further it. But more importantly, Chair, there is an area that I also wanted to deal with, and that is the area of when I joined the college. But I will look at it as you give me time during the question and answer. I rest my case, Chair. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. Anele, as you open this SRC presentation, AG, whilst the students are presenting, I would like you to look at the performance of the institution against their own targets, the APP targets. And then I want us to, if you can get us that information, I want, when we ask questions after the SRC, I want to mirror it against the funds that were used. So that the principal says, if you look at the slide where there's a surplus, you'll see that there is work done. So now we want to mirror it with if the work was towards the targets that we had set ourselves. So that when we ask questions, so if you can just prepare that part from 2020 to 2024, it might, I mean, it's on the annual reports. So if you can just grab in 2020, what was the performance of the college against their own targets, 2021, 2022, something like that. So that We're on the same page. Principal, if you can switch off the mic. You don't know where's the... No, I've got it now. Okay. I'm worried about the IT skills. When we were here, we were told that this thing of IT is yours, but they will screen it from... Or you have also a new one? Yeah, no, we'll screen it from there. You'll present from where you are. I thought when David arrived there with the blazer of SRCs, he has just been elected to lead College of Cape Town. President.
Good morning once again, Chair. I'd like to present our presentation as the SRC, and this presentation was established and compiled by the entire SRC with points from the students as well. So is the SRC fully constituted? The SRC is fully constituted and is fully operating. And the SRC is guided by, has guides that provide directions on how to operate as a structure. SRC leadership structures are functional and inclusive. We have regular meetings with management and they are taking place as our meeting plan. Next slide, please. Getting support from the principal regarding learning, teaching and learning. We're getting strong support from the principal and some of the management members of the on academic matters. Lecturers are being replaced when their contract ends to minimize disruptions by the principal properly. Open communication between the principal's office, the SRC and academic leadership. This supports and ensures continuity of learning for the students. Nevertheless, the implementation of further academic support intervenes, such as tutoring, study centers, and mentorship programs may lead to enhanced students' achievements. Next slide, please. Supported in sports and other activities, participation. Sports programs exist, but we are not fully supported by the department responsible for sports. Currently at the college, we don't have a sport coordinator, but sport is under student support office, and more investment is needed in infrastructure. Like for instance, we don't have fields for our students to practice or play sport at the college. We've been raising the matters regarding infrastructure till to date. We don't even have a field for our students to participate in anything. Next slide, please. Next slide. Not the challenges, the previous one. Dog? Okay, thank you. Support to student entrepreneurship. Currently, the college has participated in Ellen Gray competition that took place a month ago, and we had a representative from our college that actually won to go and represent us at a national state, and there we also got second place, which is support when it comes to entrepreneurship at the college. We are really supported, and we'd appreciate more support when it comes to funding as well. Next slide, please. Very interesting. So at the college, we know that we have 4 deputies, and currently we only have 1, which is the CFO that is operating. I'm seeing Mr. Boy here, but I haven't seen him in a very long time. The lack of support from the deputies and student support managers is very extremely. And for student support, The students and SRC falls under that department, but the lack of support is not there. We have limited student accommodation at the college as well. The lecturers are on temporary contracts, sport facilities and sport coaches. Private bursaries are not paying on time. That's another challenge as we are facing as students, and limited college vehicles. There's no shuttles for students that are studying at specific campuses to go to their residence, and we don't have a student portal. Next slide, please. It seems as if the DHET is working with these staff members, because when we send our complaints to them in 2024 until to date, there hasn't been response. We hear that they only respond if the two deputies are sending their complaints, which is worrisome as us as students. And the challenge that that is disheartening as the SRC president, the fights between the deputies and the principal, because at the end of the day, we are the one who are suffering, and they are taking our lives at stake. For someone who comes from a family who is a single mom, who was raised by a single mom, and I am studying at College of Cape Town to make a better life for myself and my family and my future, but the current state at the college is disheartening me, because at the end of the day, they are playing with our futures. Next slide, please. How can these challenges be resolved? Reinstatement or replacement of the deputy corporate service, deputy academics, and student support service manager, if the college want to be united and the principal to continue. Providing residents in all campuses or have shuttle services to transport students, employ lecturers on permanent basis. At the beginning of the year, we had a massive strike at central office. There were no lecturers, and Mr. Boy was there. He received our memorandum and he signed our memorandum. Up to date, we still have campuses that doesn't have lecturers. And this is also costing the college, because students doesn't qualify to write their finals exams, and that has to fall on the college's fault. And it's also wasting our students a year in their academics, whereby they had to continue with the rest of the students. Hire sport coaches and have our own facilities. As I've mentioned in my previous slides, we are lacking sport facilities at the college. Procurement of more vehicles. As an SRC, we normally have to travel to certain places, and we don't have vehicles, so it's a concern as well as the SRC. Provide the college with deputy principal, innovation and development who has passed on. Next slide. Deputy principal academic who's been away for more than 2 years. The last time I saw our deputy principal of academic is when the principal was in Dubai. Ever since he came back, we haven't seen the deputy principal of academics, but is operating on other sides. Reinstate the deputy principal of corporate service, who has made life so difficult to get HR services, such as lecturers, whom he always blamed to the principal. Recently at Guguletu campus, there was a strike whereby there wasn't a lecture, there were 2 lecturers that were outstanding, and we engaged with the campus manager of Guguletu campus, which is Mr. Masiza. Good thing that he's here as well. We've called for urgent meeting with Mr. Boy up today. We haven't met with Mr. Boy. They've blamed the principal for not signing, but Mr. Boy was given a mandate to send a full submission of all the campuses so that the principal can sign off one thing at a time. But we are still here. Athlone campus still doesn't have a lecturer up to date. Both us and staff members had to close the college for the principal to come back, and they continue sabotaging the principal and with few others. And if you want, please reinstate the deputies. In my understanding, when the principal was suspended when he was in Dubai, the deputies had time to prove themselves to the college and the students that the college can actually function without the principal. But by the looks of things, the only thing they had to do was sabotage the whole institution, and that was also affecting us as students. If you may see, Chair, that the function at College of Cape Town is really not good. Imagine if the management is fighting like this, and we as SRC, we go in the meetings and go and represent these students, and we come back, we don't have answers for them. It's frustrating for us as well. Thank you very much.
I thought you had forgotten that there's slide 10. Thank you very much. AG, just the performance of this period.
Chair, that is not information that I have available to respond to the committee. And I think the second thing that should just be noted by the committee in terms of performance information for TVET colleges, we do not audit the performance information for TVET colleges.
All right, no, thank you very much. Wanted us to confirm. Who's online? We're now going to engage. Honorable Ngubane, are you able to engage? I know your apology was that you are attending some conference there. I hope I did indicate that at the beginning. Are you able to engage with us, Honorable Ngubane?
No, not yet. I will pass on it on if
Thanks
for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Honorable Karabo Khachau.
Chairperson, good morning colleagues. I am available to engage on just one item because I did miss a substantive part of the presentations like I indicated, but there's just one matter I'd like to engage if you afford me. Thank you.
Yes, I'll give you about 10 minutes to engage on it. And we are having
There was a duplication in your sound, so I did not hear what you said.
I was saying, I don't know why we have, is our mic closed there? I was saying we're going to have an interactive session. So if you can interact with the college for about 10 minutes. We have the principal of the college. We have, I think, 2 deputies available. We have the SRC, which somebody who's opening their mic, who has joined our meeting online and is opening our mic here, their mics here. So I was saying you have the deputy principals, 2 of them. You have the SRC, which you have just heard, and the Director General. We released the minister early because he was attending to other matters. We have the DDG TVETs and a team from TVETs that are here. We do have labor here, but we are not engaging with them because of a number of issues that we raised with them at the beginning of the meeting. We will go back to the college and engage with everybody there because today we have accepted there's too many issues. We are not going to finish. I hope that helps you with what you want to ask, Honorable Khachau.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I know of Athon campus, which is the engineering, and it's one lecturer. The others have been appointed recently. That's a normal view that I know of because I receive monthly reports from the rest of the SRC representing in all campuses, and that's the only campus that I know of that doesn't have the lecturer.
Is it part of why working at nature parks are probably to see the video?
Yeah, maybe if you can switch off your video so that we don't see who's coming in. You know?
Of the vacancies that were posed now recently,
Okay, the recently
working at, for how long had they been?
Okay, I know at City Campus, it has been since April. One of the lecturer has passed on and Mr. Thompson has also been on another vacation. He was also replaced recently and the SG will answer regarding the Guguletu, how long they didn't have lecturers for those particular courses, subjects.
Through you, Chair. So Guguletu didn't have a lecture for OTP. The lecturer resigned in June, just after the exams. And then the lecture for report 191, she went on maternity leave. I think May, before we started the June exams, then she left. And then after the strike, the principal went to the campus and then we had the lecturers for EPM and sales and the OTP lecturer. Thank you.
As a result of these vacancies, or did the institution have
And Honorable van der Walt.
There was no plan B. My campus manager had the plan B after the strike. So there was no plan B. The day of the strike, it was the college graduation on the 7th of August. So my campus manager instructed students to go to the graduation to speak to the principal regarding the issues of not having the lecturers. So after that, the students striked. I was not there. I was at the graduation. And then Friday, we had the shutdown. Only then the campus manager said he can teach the EPM and sales. But our main concern was he's the campus manager. How will he manage being a lecturer and being a campus manager, as he's got a lot on his schedule, meaning there's gonna be a lack of communication, if I can say, because he can't be a lecturer while he's the campus manager. So there is a problem, even with the lecturers that we have now. It's contracts. The contracts will expire. It's gonna go back to square one. We're not gonna have the lecturers. The student will strike again.
To add on what, I'm sorry,
Chairperson,
to add on what the SG is saying, like I said, at Athlone campus, they don't have an level 3, if I'm not mistaken, of last year. They didn't qualify for their subject regarding, because they didn't have a lecturer. So it has affected them that this following year, they have to carry that subject into another year. But that was the college's fault, and there was a mandate made by the regional manager in the absence of the principal that the college has to fund that particular subject for those students.
Sorry, can I add something? Sorry, ma'am. Another issue, the issue of the contracts, right? For us, it's not assisting, because giving a lecture 6 months contract, it doesn't make sense, honestly. We had an issue last year. Our lecturer of project management, she was diagnosed with cancer. So she was on sick leave from June last year until this year, February, but she was not back because she was still very weak. We had to shut down the college. Mr. Boy can attest to that. I've been writing numerous emails with no lack of response. Even Ms. Tilly Reddy, in her absentia, she was not responding to the emails. So as students, we are really suffering, and it's frustrating because of we're not getting the assistance or the help that we're supposed to get from the college management. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable Member. The policy procedure in terms of filling of vacancies is as follows. When there is a vacant that is erupted at the campus, it is given, it is alerted to us by the council, by the chairperson, sorry, by the campus manager. When the campus manager proceed and provide that to HR, HR is requested to provide a submission to the office of the principal. The office of the principal will act within, in less than a day. If it comes now, I'll have to act in the next 20 minutes to ensure that a provision of staff is granted. Now, if submissions are made to HR, which is the unit that Mr. Boy resides, it is being led by Mr. Boy. I expect those things to come. And in the instance that have taken place, I only learned about that when the strike started. And then I then had to go and find out what is the reason. We had a meeting with the staff at Googlet with the campus manager. The campus manager submitted as I was leaving the campus, but he indicated that he had submitted everything long back ago to Mr. Boy. So I said, I'm not going to listen to what you are saying. Submit them now. So as I reached the office, it was there. And I then approved that.
So just in the interest of time, in the interest of time, hold on. What is that? Are you saying the reason why you were unable to act within the desired time or to make sure that there's no 6 months that goes without lecturers for students is because the HR person who's responsible for informing you did not inform you.
Thank you. That's correct. Very correct.
Where's the, where's the HR person?
Thank you, Chair. Chairperson, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member, also for the question. I do want to begin by saying that, must I come close to the mic? Okay. I do want to begin by saying that the process that the principal indicated that we follow at the college, where we have vacancies that are emerging during the course of the year, is correct. When campuses identify that a particular, lecturer is either going on maternity or is going to, has resigned. And I must say,
I'm going to stop you there. Hold on. I'm going to stop.
no, Honorable Member, that's not true. We have multiple cases wherein we have written to the principal as per our defined process at the college, indicating to him in cases where we needed lecturers as in yesterday or urgently. In all these cases, we have written to the principal. Even the matter that the SRC is referring to in terms of a person that passed on at city, we have documented evidence indicating what we as the corporate services, in particular HR department, done in trying to fill those positions. We, and I don't want to,
Essentially,
I,
so essentially, when you've written to him, what he's saying is not true. So you are saying he's lying.
certainly.
In you writing to the principal, when the in cases when you realize that the principal is not getting back to you, what did you do? What else can you do other than relying on the principal? Did you go to council? What happened? Because I'm trying to understand how you got to a point where that period passed and nobody had the sense of urgency to teach the students.
So in such cases, it's not that, how do I put it? There will be a response from the office of the principal. He would say, for example, in the recent cases, oh, the request you are making, you haven't followed the process, as an example. Or he would say, the position you are requesting has already been advertised as a permanent position. For example, that's the case with the business studies financial accounting lecture recently, where his response on the submission, and like I said, it's documented evidence. The response from him would be that, no, this request you are making is invalid because the person or the position has been advertised permanently or as a permanent position. And now we all know that the process of advertising a position permanently takes a very long process. So it's not that, there will be a response from his office and we will be engaging with the response that comes from his office. But that is what causes problems. Because toing and froing, the questioning and the delays that are taking place. In fact, I must also state this. Currently, the principal is sitting at Crawford campus, not at the central office, where his office is at. So you write a submission to his office. It takes time to get there. It takes time for them to respond to such submissions. And as I said, Honorable Member, we have documented evidence. If we knew that these matters were going to be a matter of discussions today, we would have brought that evidence. But I'm glad that the chairperson has said that there will be an opportunity to engage deeper at the college level. So that is what is happening.
Yes, thank you.
No, thank you very much. We will certainly re-engage and go back to this institution. Before we leave this, you had your hand up. Please introduce yourself again and tell us why you are raising your hand.
Thank you, Chairperson. My name is Nathaniel Masiza, a campus manager at Guguletu campus, which was mentioned in the issue of the post. I just want to state on record, it is disappointing for a principal to lie at this high-level meeting. It is very, very disappointing. But also, when I mentioned to you, I'm also a whistleblower at the college, who's also been victimized, but we'll get to that. I just want to respond to the issue of the lecturers in question. The principal of the college, Mr. Muswaba, he taken away responsibilities from the human resource department, that is the department that is headed by Mr. Boy. He has taken away all the responsibilities of that function, and appointment of staff resides with his office. Subsequent to that, there was a meeting recorded as so, where a junior staff member in the HR, Mr. Bonga class, was summoned by the principal to handle all the requisitions, staff requests from the various campuses so that these appointments can be made. And the Guguletu campus manager, which is myself, duly submitted those staff requests. And because the entire administration is very confusing, it's not run properly by the HR, it has resulted in these matters where staff requests get missing, submissions are being denied that are submitted, yet it is on email recorded, and that takes a long delay. You send messages, you send emails, and you'll be told, you must wait, this is not the only campus. The meeting in question is referring at the Guguletu where he came and ambushed me. He is lying because those staff requests were long time submitted. But because I'm a whistleblower at the college, he's making working environment for me very difficult. So hence, he did not appoint those staff members. Because the idea is so that I can look like an ineffective manager in front of the staff, which is not true. So due process were followed by myself, and the principal is making life difficult for people like me who are whistleblowers. Thank you very much.
Okay, Principal, respond.
Thank you, Chair. I think I'm not going to respond by refuting what he's saying or accepting what he's saying. This is not correct.
Respond to this. Is it true that you have taken the HR responsibilities of the deputy principal and you gave them to Mr.?
No.
So, okay.
That's not true because Mr. Klaas is still reporting to HR. That's the correct thing. What is existing, which he is referred to, which is not correct, is the current position that we received a circular from the Department of Higher Education lifting the moratorium to appoint people permanently, which was given as a result of, I think, financial constraints in 2023. And then in March this year, the moratorium was lifted. When it was lifted, I called a meeting of senior management to deal with it urgently, and that was in March. And when I called that meeting, Mr. Boy was not there. He did not come. Neither any member from HR came. Come April, Mr. Boy left the college, and I was told he's gone on study leave. And then when he came back, I called for another meeting. And that meeting was to deal with the same issue. He refused to come. In any way, I've got 3 years now that I have requested Mr. Boy to report to me, and I don't have performance agreements for Mr. Boy, even a single one for the past 3 years. So he has declared that he will not report to me, but that is not the case. I then work with HR because I know Mr. Boy does not report to me. I don't have any performance agreement with him. So from there, We then did everything that is required, what that was required to be done, that is costing the posts, advertising. All this was done in the absence of Mr. Boy. He was not at the college. Neither is the HR manager of the HR was on maternity leave. He only arrived back a few weeks ago, the HR manager. So we cannot wait and just look at what you are saying to say the HR permanent post is very crucial and very important. And that's one of the things that I was doing a turnaround. If you look at the report that I've given you, Chair, you will see that when I arrived at the College of Cape Town, the majority of employees were contracts. And there were very few people, I gave you the report. There were very few people that were permanent in the department, in the college. And that was a very big problem.
I want us to have a structured
Right.
discussion. I don't want us to be everywhere.
Okay. So in terms of this...
So you are saying this class person has not been given the responsibilities of HR? That's
No,
okay.
no.
What is his responsibility?
His role is an HR recruitment officer. So when we called him, we gave him an assignment to say...
He does not report to you according to the structure?
Yes.
He's how many levels below you?
He is he's SARA level 7, and I'm SARA level 13. I'm the accounting officer.
So he must report to who
He must
paint a
report.
picture.
He must report to a senior. He must report to a senior HR practitioner who is on SARA level 8. And above that person is the HR manager. And above that person is then Mr. Boy. So between So
the HR practitioner was also not there?
He is not there.
The HR director, also not manager, is not there.
HR manager was not there. She was on maternity.
Then
The practitioner post is filled, but the DG suspended that practitioner. So the DG was given a report.
To that part.
Yes, I wanted to show how the person was.
No, we want to be structured.
All right.
We will get to the allegations, many allegations are making about the DG on the presentation you could not get to. We have gone through it, we have read it, we will get to that part. And I want to understand, they are making an allegation that you have taken the responsibilities of HR to your office. So when you are saying in your defense that these people did not attend to your meeting, so in your college you don't assign or get reports through email. So you have not told them on email this or email that you wanted to give them this circular from department about lifting of these posts or moratorium. You wanted to give it to them in person. Is that what you are saying?
No.
Or what was so difficult in then emailing them an instruction so that you have proof that they are refusing to take instructions from you?
No, Chair. It was not that. The circular was circulated to everyone. What was there was, in terms of the management policy of the college, when there are posts, management of staff, the management staff, which is the campus managers and deputy principals and principals, must meet and they must agree on the establishment. That's number one. Number two, we must agree on when should this be advertised, when should this be a panelist seat, when should the recruitment go. So there is a whole lot of the management plan that comes from the office of the principal, so as to guide, which is what is there. So this meeting was a very important meeting. Thank you.
So what you are saying is that you had received vacancies in the structure.
Yes.
Already from HR. Because there's no way you can have vacancies in the HR, in the system without it. So what you are saying is the meeting was a planning meeting.
Yes.
So before you have that planning meeting, you ought to have had the information So HR would have given you the vacancies in the system. That's what you are saying to me.
No.
So, okay.
Let me correct that one, Chair, or clarify it.
Hold on first.
Yes.
You've been raising your hand. Are you in HR?
No, Chair, but I'm part of the senior management, and we know where these things emanate, and we did take a decision in a meeting, and I think my information, if you would allow me, would assist you in understanding what the principal is saying.
You're saying the principal can't explain. You want to assist him.
No, Chair, but I was just hoping that I'll also be given a chance like you have done with the campus manager so that I would allude on these things because I'm fully vested as to what transpired as I was part and parcel of the decision making. Thank you, Chair.
Continue, principal.
Thank you, Chair. I am saying it was really a planning meeting, which among others includes the report to be submitted to the principal on how many posts are vacant. So it was going to say, when are you are going to provide me with a report of the vacant posts, by when should they be? And from there, we are then going to come after the vacant posts are given. And the vacant posts, by the way, Chairperson, are divided into two. There are vacant posts that the principal is allowed to fill and approve. And there are vacant posts that are supposed to go to the DG. And those posts are supposed to be, we are supposed to request for their filling. So that was the planning that we were doing. And by virtue of the HR not being there, Mr. Boy refusing to come, of course it was not a hamstring because I am an HR specialist as well. So I had to summon the HR recruitment officer, only who was there, and then tell him to say, can you please go and then from the system extract the report, which was extracted to me 2 weeks later. And from there, we then came up with the management plan. From there, we derived the advertisements. From there, we advertised. And all this was happening in the absence of both Mr. Boy and the HR manager. And the only person who was left, and the senior, because the senior had already been suspended by the DG. And what was left only there was the HR officer. That was Mr. So when they came back, I handed over everything. They said no.
Yeah. So, as an accounting officer, when somebody who reports to you does not follow instruction, what is your DC process saying, and what did you do to implement those things instead of taking the recruitment office or whatever you call it to do the job without or before this process?
Thank you very much. What happens as a supervisor is to request the person to respond as to why the person is not doing it. And in normal terms, we call it in alteram partem rule. And I have done that. And when I've done that, and he doesn't respond, I take the issue, like Mr. Boy, I don't have authority to charge him. I don't have authority to discipline him. And you have rightly said, these are the issues that you are looking at in the Act, but the regulations are not there. So I write reports to the DG. And instead of the DG responding to what I have requested, I am charged. So in this case, I have written an out letter, and I received a response from a company called Harold Gee, which says, we have got our client here, whom you have given an out letter. We want to tell you that he is not going to respond because you are not the minister. The minister is the one who should what? Who should respond, who should write to Mr. Boy for Mr. Boy to respond. I have the document with me, but I'm not going to give it. So you have got a situation where you are in court between the Hard Rock and the Feld Fire. What do you do as an accounting officer? You have to take the responsibility to remove the what? The jacket and do the work. Because then If we were not going to do that, the college was not supposed to be having permanent. We have all permanent posts they've done. I've established all the panels. I've established everything. Only then, these people are coming and challenging me of something that I've done as a stopgap measure. I have retained everything to them. They refused. And as a principal, what should I do? For me, to be very honest, Honorable Chair, what is happening is sabotage at its worst. And I'm not going to say I'm defending myself. I'm going to say it's sabotage, which everyone can see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you members. I wanted him to clarify something. So you can't charge a deputy principal because he's not employed by you.
No, I can't charge him because I don't have delegated authority according to DG.
And then you can give them
I can only caution them so that I have evidence as to why they are not doing they are doing as a supervisor.
and that's because the act says so.
Yes. The Acts, when you look at section 13 of the City Act, they say the duties of the principal are to implement all management functions and administration of the college. And one of that is to do that. In actual fact, that is what I must do to provide I must charge them. I must implement consequence management. I was talking to DG yesterday, and he said, why are you not charging them? I said, I'm not charging them because you said I mustn't charge them.
No,
So there
you just
is
said
a
to me-
difficult thing.
Hold on. You just said to me, you can't charge them.
That's true.
But you are saying now, you must implement consequence management. And when the DG asks you why have you not done so, you said it's because he said.
Yes, I've got 5 charges, Honorable Minister, that I have
No,
been given
it's the
for not
chair.
following the delegation of authority by him. Among them is to implement consequence management. I have that.
Yeah, let's assume that the DG is wrong. So if he's wrong, those charges don't matter. Let's assume for a second. I've asked you, why have you not charged? You said the act doesn't allow you.
The act does not allow, the delegation of authority, not the act. The delegation of authority does not allow it. However, the delegation of authority in terms of, in terms of processes of my act, my duty, is to submit a submission to the DG to say, this is the out letter, this is the evidence that Mr. Boy has committed this. I make recommendations. For example, in 2023, I made recommendations to the DG. The DG suspended Mr. Boy. He brought him back. I never received a reason why he was brought back. Of course, he mentioned that the suspension is overriding the period of suspension. But that suspension never came back, that suspension was never implemented. And until today, I don't know why. And that is exacerbating the authority and power of him, because he says, whatever you want, I can be suspended, I will come back. And that is the picture, Honorable Chair, that this is what I do. Everyone, including Mr. Masiza, when he mishandled the funds at City Campus, I wrote to the DG with all evidence. The DG did not respond. Yeah. So I am someone who should write to the DG, and then when the DG, at his own time, I don't even...
You know, I don't want us to waste time, because I'm going to ask DG to reply. He'll say you're not telling the truth. And therefore, I don't want us to spend time on things that would say, no, I'm unable to do this because this one in corners in the college says, I'm in a faction of the DG and the DG will protect me. That's not something you'll prove. I don't want you to say such thing. I don't like spectacles, political statements that we can't support. I'm asking you specific questions. If you can respond to them, say so. But because I also want to ask the DG, I want to ask Mr. Boy questions. I want to ask the SRC questions. But You are not, you are all over. Yeah, you see Masiza. I've not heard that name, or I've forgotten. You are just, I'm asking you about this, but what did you do? What is your role? Have you executed your role correctly? Yeah? And what are the limitations so that when we make recommendations, we're able to deal with the shortfalls or the shortcomings of an act, if it's an act problem for other institutions. So ultimately, I don't want political statements that are not going to help us. So I'm again, in fact, let me leave you. I'm going to give members to ask questions. I'll come back to you because there are certain things you are not answering. No, it's okay. You guys will answer. Dr. Christians, I'll come to you.
Thank you, Chair. Chairperson, I think it's really disappointing that a once flourishing college like this college before us today has come to the point where they are at now. You know, we've heard about administrative issues or administrative failures, but I think that more concerning is the fact that there has been delays in results, delays in issuing diplomas, which has been a long-standing issue with DHET. And I think later on we should perhaps speak to the DG and inquire about that, because that has been a long-standing issue. There has been paralysis in the top management, so to speak, of the college. But also, I think the most concerning issue is the factionalism at the college at the moment and how that will be improved or rectified in the coming future. So the unions are here. They have mentioned the same issues. The principal is here. The SRC is here, and they all are really relaying the same issue of almost mismanagement at the college, but also a lack of stepping in by the DHET. And I think also concerning is that instead of the DHET stepping in and restoring stability, we've seen that they have failed to intervene in the very many issues that have been displayed. Now, my first question is to the principal, and, you know, I'll start off with a very simple question. Why are you not situated at the central office where you are supposed to be placed?
Thank you, Chair. On the 25th of July, 2024, I was suspended by the DG. And when I was suspended by the DG, I was given conditions not to go to the head office. But I was supposed to go to the head office every time to sign. So when I was going to sign to the head office, Mr. Boy and his team opened my office. That's the first thing. The second thing, they put a banner on that office. The third thing that happened was that in one of the areas, in one of the days, they sourced security to escort me. So the office that was there has been bugged, and it's a fact. So I decided to say, in order to bring peace to the college, it is not a question of an office. It is a question of where you are working from. So I had to put an office at a campus. And there is nothing wrong about putting in an office in a campus. That's when I went to that campus. I need peace. Just to close on that one, he followed me on the 20th of August in that campus and harassed me. So at the end of the day, I'm running away from fights. I want to do my work. But if he comes and continue to harass me, then I don't know where to go. Maybe he wants me out of the college, as he has already said. So that is the reason why I'm operating at Crawford campus.
Okay, perhaps, Chair, we can get the DG to respond to that later on. My next question to the principal then is, so what concrete steps have you taken in the last few years or months to stabilize the governance in your college? Because we can see that there is internal instability at your college and in your structures. So what steps have you taken? And I think more importantly, what have you requested from DHET to intervene? And have you received such intervention?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I have requested several things. I'm going to mention a few. In 2021, I wrote to the department to say I've been informed that 2 deputy principals, Mr. Boy and Mrs. Tiliredi, applied for the post that I am having now. And they had challenged that post to be filled. And that post was then filled by me. So they wanted to know why it was. The regional manager, who was then there, Mr. Cass Kruger, when he came to the college, he mentioned this statement. Dr. Mswaba, you must send Mr. Boy and Miss Reddy to school so that they can acquire qualifications for education. I said, why? They said, because they don't have, that was the reason that they were not shortlisted. But if you want to stay at the College of Cape Town, you must do that. That was the first assignment that I was given. Unfortunately, no one came to me to apply for a post for that money, and I did not do it. The second thing that happened is we then received complaints in May that the same 2 people now are defying and they are plotting against the principal. I wrote to the DG, and the DG, through the office of Mr. Kamani, said, investigate. I then take the case again to council. The council says, investigate. Then I appointed an investigation officer. Again, this is my authority in terms of Section 30. When I did that, I then gave a report on the 19th of August, 2024, to the DG, which comprised of 3 ARC liver files. That report was not only from Mr. Boy and Miss Reddy. That report was looking at the toxicity of the college or the instability of the college for all management, myself included, Mr. Boy included, Miss Reddy included, and all other deputies were included. And that report was actually commissioned by the DG and his team to say, okay, do it. I did it. The problem that I made, which I want to declare, the people who came to investigate, that is the counter investigation, we appointed an independent investigator. The independent investigator started, but there was a counter, investigation that was carried out by DG. When the full DG investigation is going on. And that is the counter investigation that I had 15 charges against me, not the investor. This one implicated the department because the department gave an instruction which was very destructive to the college. They gave an instruction to Miss Reddy to say, Miss Reddy, tell everyone in the college that if you've got any problems, send them to me. That was Mr. Kamani. And you have got the proof. So I have done that. As if it is not enough, I have also written so many reports, not only to the DG, the former minister. There is evidence to say I have not this authority. I don't want to act ultra vires.
Yeah.
So that is what I've done. Just to say a few, I would have given you the whole up to today what I've done.
You say you have proved that Mr. Kamani instructed the other one. What is the name? Mayor.
Yes.
What is that?
Miss Reddy.
Reddy. So you have proof.
Yes.
And did you submit it to who?
To you. the report. The report is there. I think, yes, I did, because I submitted attachments, isn't it? It is there.
I'm saying, did you submit it to the department?
Yes, it's part of the evidence it's part of the evidence, because Mr. Kamani, because Mr. Kamani received a grievance from Mr. Boy when the investigations were going on. Instead of waiting for the report to finish, he brought his own people to investigate me. And as we were, and when the investigation, the full investigation was going on, then that was part of the final report. And they were accused for interfering with the investigation. And what ended up happening is the report was given not by me, but by the investigator, which they acknowledged. We have received the report, and we are going to address the report within 30 days. That was from 19th of August, 2023. And 19th of August, 2023, until the 5th of December, they had not done that.
Okay, no, thanks. We'll go through this one. Number two, so you are saying you, at the instruction of the DG,
yes,
you put together a committee to investigate you and the deputy principal?
No, we appointed an independent investigator, because I could not put a committee because I'm also involved. It's like the president, we should. So we procured an investigator, independent investigator.
Yeah. DG, even that instruction was ill thought, because you are literally saying there are problems at the college and they must put together in the terms of reference themselves, or the principal must put together terms of reference and appoint an independent investigator who is going to, amongst others, investigate him. So from the department point of view, that was ill thought, because it doesn't make sense. It's like us saying we have a problem with the department, but did you go investigate yourself? We're not going to do that. We're going to tell the minister that minister appoint an independent to investigate. That's why when you have a problem at an institution, a university, the minister appoints. It's an independency of the appointment itself. So you guys, when you appoint people to appoint yourselves, people come before us and did, how do you expect somebody that I've appointed to who I'm paying, by the way? Well, let's get to the bottom of it. At the bottom of it, it's me who's paying these people. And you expect them to find me guilty. It's not going to happen. So you guys were not correct from the beginning. Which will come to, we will give you, I just needed to get clarity on this part, but also raise it because Dr. Christians is still on the floor. I've paused the time. Even with other people, you can't do it. The reason why we call something independent is that the whole process must be independent. But in the way the principal is explaining it, DG, there's a little bit of conflict, because I'm appointing somebody to investigate me. And as an accounting authority, I'm giving them the terms of reference. And I'm paying this person. And I don't understand why the department could not see this thing. I'll give you, but I needed to get this point from what the principal or Dr. Christians. I'm sorry I had paused your time. You can continue now.
I think, Chair, just lastly, the most concerning issue for me is that this internal factionalism and the deterioration of the management within the college has resulted really in the core business of the college being compromised. So we've heard from the SRC also that they've had problems with, they've given us a presentation with regard to what is going wrong at the college. Students are forced to rewrite, for example, hijacked examination. Diplomas are not issued on time or are rejected. Results remain ineffective or compromised for months on end, and students don't get those. And those are obviously delaying our young people into getting jobs. This is the sector that is supposed to be providing jobs to our young people. And all that has been compromised by a college being inefficiently run. And, I just want to ask the DHET leadership here just about the certification and the examinations. And perhaps the college can also come in where they deemed, there has been a lack of support from the DHET or what withholding results and withholding appointment letters and so forth has caused. So what urgent measures leadership of the DHET has been implemented to address the repeated compromises in the examination results or the examination papers, the unresolved results students have not received, the long delays just in issuing certificates, students waiting on diplomas. And this has really, as I said before, it's been an historical issue. It's not only at this college, it's across the country that is the problem. And how will that be resolved? Now, we've also heard that students are being charged for supplementary examinations. And I know in certain cases that if a student does fail, they are supposed to be charged for supplementary examinations. But when it is the error and delay of the DHET, why are they being charged for those examinations? And then, just with regard to independent oversight, how is these ongoing failures being handled by the DHET in terms of oversight? The growing tension with regard to senior appointments, how are you going to resolve that as soon as possible, DHET? So for me, the problem is that you haven't resolved the internal problems at the college with regard to the factionalism and the issues that have been portrayed, but also you haven't resolved the problems with regard to the learners, problems that they're having, certification results, etc. And then also the appointment of staff members at senior level. Can we hear a little bit about that from the DHET?
Thank you very much. May I appreciate the questions from honorable members. I have categorized questions into different areas. There are those that deal with legal matters. There are those that are management, are in a management area. And then there are those that are direct to the DG regarding the oversight and interventions to resolving internal problems. Okay. So in the manner we will respond to these questions, we will be dealing with those areas.
We can start with her questions first. The integrity of the examinations, the release of certificates, what are you doing to preserve that and all of that, or to change that particular problem? If you can start with what she had asked and then get to others that you've just mentioned.
Okay. I'm going to ask Mr. Msipa, who's responsible for the management part of the issues, and the regional manager also will make a comment, and those areas which are aspects outside of what management will be doing, Mr. Kamani will respond, and I will take any other matter which they have not covered. I'll hand over to Mr. Zungu in that regard.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Perhaps I think we will deal with the issue of the interventions, Honorable Christians, that we, upon receiving and becoming inundated with a number of queries from the college, either from the students or from the staff members or from unions. From the branch side, we then put together a task team that started to come and investigate what were the issues, because they were coming from all sorts of angles. So that task team was led by Mr. Msipa, who's sitting next to me. They had engaged almost all the stakeholders at the college, with an exception of the college council, for various reasons. And one of them, the council at the time was not fully constituted, because we're still waiting for the section 10.6 appointments that are still yet to be finalized. The other matter as well was with regards to the questions that the council or the ministerial appointees raised in regards to what the atmosphere, as you've listened, that there were accusations that there are some of the members of the task team that could have been aligned to certain staff members at the college. So they wanted that. So I took it upon myself to come to the college to address some of those issues. And after that, we agreed that we'll then proceed. So, but up to date, we have not yet finalized that work of the task team. So we yet waiting for the final report that has to come from that task team. But there's been other numerous engagements with different stakeholders within the college to try and resolve these matters. But I think, as you have heard, Honorable Christians, that I think the tensions are much deeper, taken back to the time when the principal was appointed and the environment that the principal landed on, that you're coming into a space where I was one of the candidates that contested that space. And I'm going to challenge you from now on until whatever time. And I think that's an environment that I think could have been managed better when it was brought to us. In relation to the certification backlog, we had a certification backlog project that was timed to address all the historical certificates that have been outstanding, including the ones that related to the former separate departments of education, or houses as they were referred to. So we went back as that, and that project was then concluded in 2023 with all those addressed, with an exception of few. I think it was 1% where the historical records could not be found because some of them related to the former teacher training colleges, that we could not be able to find such records in a way in which some of them were abruptly closed down at that time and the records were not stored appropriately. So those were the issues with that. But after that, there's been some issues on the issue of certificates. One of the challenges we've picked is that the students at the TVET college, the system is not fully automated. If you drop 1 or 2 modules and then you have a lag, when you write a supplementary and now you've passed, the system does not automatically pick up that you've now completed and met all the requirements for you to receive. It requires what is called subject combinations. And that's a thing that we are now working on with the assistance of SITA, SITA, to assist us in developing that system. Further, the issue of diplomas, which we find as well, that there seems to be a gap in terms of the quality assurance, both from the employer side, but also from the side of the colleges, because when the logbooks are completed, they need to be routed by the employers to the college for quality assurance before they are routed to the National Examination Assessments at DHET. But we found so many of them get rejected because you'll find that the students, when they were placed, instead of doing what is contained in terms of their syllabus, they are doing other duties. And when it's time for them to reach their 18 months, the logbooks are not fully completed and they are routed to DHET, and then they get rejections. So at some point, we picked up about 10,000 of those that were affected that had to be rejected and sent back because they don't meet the minimum standard of what is required. But also with CETA, what we have been requesting them to assist us is that we need to bridge the communication gap between us and the students themselves. The reason why the students will write to the chair of portfolio committee or go to the presidents and anywhere else is because there's no communication. So when the logbook moves from the employer to the college, the student does not receive feedback. And when the logbook moves from the college to the DHET, the student does not receive feedback. And I think those are the communication gaps that we have identified, and we are hoping to close them so that the students don't get frustrated. But also the feedback, because what is important is that the students get feedback in terms of whether their applications were successful or not, and it takes time to give them that particular feedback. In relation to the appointment of senior management, particularly at this college, I don't think that we have any vacancy, but we can perhaps respond generally on the other appointments that the DG has convened a team led by the DDG Corporate Services, and we had an ESCO on Monday where a full HR plan was presented as to when will these vacant posts will be filled. So there is an outline or a plan that has been outlined with time frames that are very tight, because they were actually saying we need to have all these posts being filled before end of this year, so that when we commence the academic year next year, all these posts are filled. But I will also want to clarify the issue of the delegations and the filling of posts, that there are certain post levels that will be filled at a college level. And those are now given to the principal. That will be level 1 to 10. The principal will be responsible for that. As well as the post level 1 to 4 at a college, that will be dealt at a college level. So all the posts from post level level 11 to 12, as well as post level 5 to 6, that will be at a college. The DDG Corporate Services will be responsible for that. But anything above that, then the DG is the one that will be responsible for such. So the colleges also have two types of employees. You have employees that are onboarded on the PESAL system. Those are the departmental employees. But you also have another type that is college council employees that are employed by the college councils. But the strategy is that as you come in, I'll make a reference to myself when I started working at the college in the early 90s. I came in and employed by council, but when there was a vacancy, a substantive post that was vacant, I then applied to be onboarded on PESAL. So now when we developed what is called the post-provisioning norms, was to make sure that all those that are employed by college councils, they then given an opportunity when the vacancies are advertised, they can then apply so that they are onboarded on PESAL. but not to have permanent staff employed by the college councils. And I think some of the gaps that the principal was referring to in terms of the Act, CET Act, also talks to that, because colleges are not like universities that have the full autonomy in terms of Section 27C of the Higher Education Act. We are still subjected, I think it's Section 47 of the CET Act, where the department is employer of most of our staff, but we can be able to then have the two types of employees within the college. I hope I've covered, Honorable Chair, most of it. If I've left them, we'll be gladly happy to respond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zungu. I don't know if Mr. Msipa want to add anything. Covered, regional manager.
No, thank you, DG. I think DDG has covered the issue of the certificates also.
Thank you, DG. Thank you, Chairperson. I think the DG is referring to the response concerning the issue of the instruction says that the college principal must appoint an investigator to investigate themselves. So let me just put the facts like this. What happened? The principal engaged with me regarding the allegations that were raised by Nehao against Mr. Bowie. Then I advised the principal, look, I'm going to get an investigator for you to investigate. I sourced a colleague of mine from Northwest, one of the colleges, Orbit College, to conduct this investigation. He then come back to me, no, don't worry. I got someone to investigate. Then I said, make sure that you follow the SM process if you're going to appoint a consultant. Then there's the department or the DG, there's no way he says that Dr. Mswaba must investigate himself. The only issue that was raised with me is the only issue of Mr. Bowie. But then when the report comes, okay, then there's a preliminary report that requests us to suspend Mr. Bowie, as he said. It's correct, we did suspend Mr. Bowie by the DG. Then time elapsed, he came back. Then from there, but when the report is presented to us, it was not what was requested to investigate Bowie. The report was titled The Investigation on the Effectiveness of the Management of College of Cape Town. Then there's a certain official at the college who filed a grievance against this appointed consultant. It was investigated by the directorate, official in the directorate. Then he made findings which substantiated that the principal was incorrect to appoint an investigator to investigate himself. But I then sourced legal opinion because I wanted to be sure. I'm fine, but I then sourced local opinion from the colleagues. Indeed, they confirmed that it can't be correct that the principal appoint an investigator to investigate himself. I said, mind you, the instruction that came from the department, it was Mr. Bowie, but it changed. So then what then happened? The department, we advised the teaching through the legal services. It says, no, don't put aside that report. What you can do, request the council now to take over, rather investigate or come back to us if need assistance. There was the outcome with regard to the investigation. So what then we correspond to the college council, informing her at a time, Dr. King, that look, there was a grievance that was filed by one of the officials. These are the recommendations. These are confirmed by the DG. This is the legal opinion. If that correspondence says that if she needs maybe the assistance from the department, she can come back, and she did not come back. And not necessarily that the investigation was that was conducted by the consultant was put aside. It was not, but it was referred back to the council to deal with it or to appoint someone else who will be objective in investigating, not the one that was appointed by the principal, who seems to be now, according to the aggrieved official, that can't be correct. That's a nutshell with regard to that. It's the very same report that has been set aside by the PSC. I mean, that was declared, the appointment of the investigator, the PSC declared that it was wrong. There was no procedure, there was no proper procedure that was followed, which is part of the charges that he claimed that there are 300, which is not the case. It's misleading this house to say that he's got 223 charges. That's not the case. The charges that are before him, there are 21, not 200. The last charge that you're referring to is the one that we received from the public service in the final report, which was sent to the then minister last year, but I got it this year. Then we crafted the charge. Insofar as the PSC report, which is in contention, but I'm sure when you get time, we'll be able to explain who's got the delegation to charge in terms of these two acts. So I wanted to respond with regard to that part, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you.
You are Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
You respond also to the WhatsApp. It does not have the name. It just has your email address. You also respond to that so that we just jump everything else.
One of the officials in the directorate was investigating that particular issue of that resulted to the investigation set aside. I think they were engaging based on investigation. I will not know what they were engaging, but it was part of the investigation insofar as the grievance that was filed. It was an investigation with regard to the complaint that was filed by Mr. Boy against the principal. So the facts, I did not put, I think it's my colleague who did that. I'm not too sure. I don't have facts, but I know about that email that was between Ms. Reddy and my official doing investigation. I will not know then what they were talking about because it's an email that say provide information. You can refer other people who seems to be want to say to raise their concern to investigate. I'm not too sure, but I don't have facts. But I can go and check that email. If he says it was sent by me, but it was not the issue of instigating. It was in the process of investigation.
Okay. We're doing badly on time, DG. I want to move, clarify a few things quickly. Let's not go to Goodwood if we want to go District 6. Let's go straight to District 6, please.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I share the concern by honorable members about the protection of teaching and learning.
I must give you after all members have spoken.
Okay.
I think I must do that because you are going to say you are not answering specific questions. Let's not leave.
Yeah, I feel that I'm covered by the colleagues in their response, but I do wish to comment about some of the very important matters, especially around assessment. It's really, really important for me, but also the integrity of the investigations conducted by the department, because we have pursued consequence management when it comes to this college. But the responses by the principal right at the beginning would show you that in his mind, he feels that the DG has certain limitations in the role that he plays that actually are interpreted as an overreach when it comes to the college itself. And he's made himself very clear in that. And so this plays itself out when officials pursuing consequence management under the mandate of the Director General are now engaging with matters. And I think it's a matters which will actually be dealt with. At some point, my last point, Chair, at some point, Mr. Zungu spoke about a task team to intervene, because we felt that it is really important that we engage constructively with the college, looking into matters, but in a developmental kind of way, not only coming to charge people, but to actually deal with matters. So the task team report that Mr. Zungu is speaking about is going to be very important to us, because it's going to be like a program of action that will lead to fixing some of the issues which have emerged from either the principal or in the other reports that were made. But thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity.
Honorable Msazana.
No, thanks, Chair. I'll try to be very quick as well, since time is very limited. Maybe before I get to my questions, DDG Zung, in your response to my fellow honorable member, you made assertions, if I may, or from where I'm seated, you implied that the principal is being challenged because, as he had said as well, that he got a position that was contested. And it would seem to me that as a department official and as a person that is in charge of the sector, you are taking a side. If not taking a side, you might be misconstrued. However that word is said, to be taking a side. I would want you to speak to that statement, maybe correct it unless you stand by it, because with the allegations that are made here by both the deputy principals and the principals, in as far as instability is concerned, for yourself as DDG to say, actually it's because, or at least that's how I received it, just to correct that statement or stick by it so that I get to my questions.
Yeah, no, thanks, Honorable Cesar. I made that statement after the presentation by the principal to say, upon his appointment, he then learned that he was contesting the position with the two deputies, whom he then says they then wrote to the department as to why they were not appointed, and that they will challenge this particular outcome. Being one of the people that have served in the sector for now close to 30 years, there's always, even when there hasn't been a contestation in terms of the position when it is advertised, but we are observing that from time to time, the tensions, if they are not between the council and management, at the administrative level is between the principal and the deputies.
DDG, because I don't have time, is that an assertion or you just reiterating what the principal said?
I was reiterating to say it's perhaps one of the, perhaps one of the areas that we should have investigated as a department.
Okay, thanks, DDG.
Yes, not to say there's a particular side that I'm taking.
I think it was very important for me to get that clarity. And I think even the deputy principals that are alleged to be causing instability,